celebrating the power of sisterhood and friendship. The Elijah Sisters is a weekly talk variety show. Hosted by real-life sisters Leah, Chantilly, and Angelique Elijah, this dynamic trio has hit the airwaves, sharing their incredible bond through candid conversations about everyday life, personal experiences, and select topics. The Elijah Sisters will empower and inspire women of all ages. They'll spill the tea on the latest news and trending topics, beauty and fashion, fitness, ministry, personal finance, and relationships. Plus, feature interviews with special guests and so much more. This is more than just your typical talk show. It's time well spent with your besties. Watch The Elijah Sisters and let our family become your family.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Elijah Sisters podcast. We are so excited to have you here with us. How is everybody doing on this first Friday in March? Can you believe we are already 3 months into 2023? Time is flying by. Right? Time is flying by so fast. So we are 3 months in. This is the first day of the month. And we are happy to be back with you all. Thank you for allowing us to take a little break. We had to take some time off to handle personal business, family business, and quite frankly, we just needed to push pause. Sometimes you have to just, when you're going and going, you have to just push pause. And so we had to do that. As you all know, we are more than podcasters. We are all three entrepreneurs and just have a lot going on. And so in the hustle and bustle of things, we just needed to take a little break so we could come back and offer you this incredible content. And so now that we are totally refreshed, we're back and ready to get on board. And what perfect time to do it than at the beginning of Women's History Month. And so we are here to celebrate as empowered women. And so I'm excited about this month and all that we're going to do here with you all today and for the rest of this month. So starting off the top, let me tell you that we have a slightly different schedule here. This is going to be, at least for now, our spring schedule. So we will be with you all every other weekend for those in our live podcast viewership. And for those who watch the recorded replay, you'll get the downloads every other Monday. So we haven't left you. We'll just see you every 14 days versus every 7 days. And the good thing is you can still watch us whenever you want to on our live, on the YouTube channel and on all of our podcast platforms. So we've never left you. How awesome is that? So how have you all been, my sisters, since I haven't actually been in contact with you in this way in a couple of days?
I'm good. We got a new schedule with this, and now I got a new schedule at work too. So it's a lot of jumbling around. That's about to happen. So it's a lot of different things that are moving around, doing stuff different. So a lot of resetting mentally and stuff like that is about to happen.
Awesome. How's life been down there with you in Arkansas, Chantilly, and your family?
Oh, I'm pretty good. The weather's been kind of crazy up and down. But yeah, we're getting ready for spring break. So.
Are you sending your weather here? Because we're supposed to be getting wind and rain this weekend.
It is actually blowing very rough here. And so I'm just a wee bit nervous.
That's why I say we're like, I'm looking at my watch like, what is it supposed to hit?
I'm trying to hear my windows actually shaking. It sounds really, really rough right now. So we're going to proceed very quickly. Because my Wi-Fi at my house is not reliable.
No, somebody walked too fast past your line and your Wi-Fi is like, good night.
Well, as we said, this is March is Women's History Month, among other things, and so we're proud to celebrate womanhood. And I was thinking as I was preparing for the show today, when I was younger, one of the things I couldn't wait for growing up was I couldn't wait to be a woman. I couldn't wait just be grown. I couldn't wait to what it meant to wear makeup and wear high heels and dress like my mom and all those things. And then I became an adult, right?
And it was like, ooh, I miss
Nobody
not
told
doing
me to
that.
like really look beautiful in your makeup. That takes like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Nobody told me how those beautiful shoes are beautiful, but your feet are gonna hurt. So the most, in fact, I always tell people the cuter the shoe, the more your feet will hurt. You know. Uh, and then adulting. I remember when I got my first apartment and the first time I went shopping, and finally I had to be responsible for stuff, and so it was just like nobody really talked to me about how much stuff costs and like the reality of like toilet tissue costs and how much food really costs. I remember like first the time I actually forced myself to look at the price of cereal, and the cereal's like $3 and $4. So I was like, I understood then why like we bought cheaper brands of cereal then and why we bought cheaper brands of toilet tissue. And
Yes.
I did invite a lot of people to my apartment, and people would say, I had an attitude, and I was like, I'm not trying to feed the neighborhood,
No.
and I definitely would be like, are you putting in on this?
No.
I
Okay. What is?
really became that. I was not the most fun person to have in my house. In fact, I laugh about it now, but I literally bought like 2 plates, 2 cups, or maybe I had 4 cups. Like I bought so little stuff because I did not intend to feed people in my home. I did not intend to have company because I wanted to be able to say, well, I don't need to have nothing to feed anybody on.
Mm.
And then my friends got smart and they would bring their own plates and stuff. So it was like, well, I'll bring your own food too. But anyway, I just thought about what it meant to become a woman and all those things. And then, of course, as you get up and you deal with the workforce and all those different things. But that made me laugh, so much. But another important thing about today is March 3rd. And just so that you all can mark on your calendars, I think it's important to know I'm exactly 30 days from my birthday. That's very important information you need to know.
Is it?
Okay.
Okay.
It is. It is very important.
Okay. Okay.
From very important national holiday. So, it is. It is. It's always exciting for me when I do the countdown. I'm not as bad as my daughter because she starts 11 months from her birthday.
Yes, she
So
does. Yes. Yes.
she's a lot. She's a lot. So I'm going to give y'all some fun facts um, for Women's History Month. So today, 70% of moms with kids under 18 work. In 1975, fewer than 47% did. So we have more working moms with children today than we ever did.
Mhm.
Once upon a time, the idea of women working outside the home was frowned upon, and most women who did so worked as maids, seamstresses, took in laundry, or worked in one of the traditionally female fields. Today, more women not only work outside the home, but hold a wider variety of jobs, with some even making it to the top of business, technology, and science fields. Hooray for women.
Yay. Really?
Women currently hold 17% of congressional and Senate seats and 18% of gubernatorial positions in the U.S. I think that's awesome. We're getting there. Once a time that was not even heard of.
No.
And
Like it's still a
almost
low
every,
number, but the fact
yeah.
that that low number exists at all is like, yeah, we still got work to do, but praise the Lord for the 18%.
We're getting there. In almost every country in the world, the life expectancy for a woman is higher than men.
Yeah,
We are outliving men.
yeah, yeah. We've been that
Scientists
way for a
aren't
while.
entirely sure why this is the case, but believe it might have to do with the presence of estrogen in the body, improving immune functions.
Hmm, okay.
I'm probably gonna have men start taking estrogen.
Okay, I would strongly suggest you do not. Unless you're doing it for a specific reason, yeah, I would suggest you do not do
All
that.
these things happen. Um, Approximately 14% of active members in the U.S. Armed Forces today are women. In 1950, women comprised less than 2% of the U.S. military. I thought that number actually would have been higher.
I'm not surprised.
Um, but I'm happy to see that women are getting in there. I think women should be able to be wherever they want to be in this world.
Hmm.
Over 60% of college degrees awarded in the US every year are earned by women. In fact, women are more likely than men to get a high school diploma as well, and the numbers are only expected to rise in the coming years.
Oh, the rain just came in.
Look at the speed up. You ever seen the credits on a movie or a TV show and they go by really, really
I
fast and you
know.
can't even hear
'Cause I was sitting here and I was like, what I just hear? Oh no, 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 no.
The two
Continue.
highest IQs ever recorded through standardized testing both belong to women. One of these
Okay.
high IQ women is the columnist and author Marilyn Foss Savant. Of course, these numbers should be taken with a grain of salt as IQ tests aren't perfect in measuring intelligence, but it does help show that women aren't inferior to men in intelligence as was claimed for centuries.
Hmm. 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 How about that?
More, okay. More American women work in the education, health services, and social assistance industries than than other fields. I
Okay.
believe that because
I
those
do.
are fields where they're helping other children.
Yeah. And women in general do go more towards those type of fields of service and help more than
Hmm.
men on average.
Here's some sports related information for Women's History Month. No women or girls were allowed in the first Olympics. That's some
Oh,
crap.
well, yeah. I'm not.
But
Well, I just had to think about when the first Olympics was. Yeah, that's true.
that
I
was,
can believe that.
yeah. But the games of Hera, featuring foot races for women, no women or girls were allowed in the first Olympics except the games of Hera, featuring foot races for women, um, were held every 4 years, so they could run, but nothing else. In
Oh,
fact, women were not even allowed to watch the Olympic Games or encouraged to participate in athletics, with the exception of the Spartans. So that the games existed at all is surprising.
hmm,
At their inception, the games only included that one event. They couldn't even watch the games.
yeah.
Really?
I'm not surprised anything with the Spartans were involved because that was a that needs a whole show on its own. But yeah, yeah. I'm not
At the
surprised.
first Winter Olympic Games in 1924, the only event open to women was figure skating. Oh,
Oh,
thank
thanks.
you so much.
Appreciate it. We all love figure skating. We all don't
and
want to do
only
anything else.
Yeah, and only 15 women participated in these games, something that would change drastically over the decade.
Hmm.
Women were not allowed to compete in track and field events at the Olympics until 1928. The ancient Greeks and Romans may have let women run in foot races, but when it came to the Olympics, both ancient and modern, these events were off limits to women until 1928. Unfortunately, some of the events were too much for the untrained female athletes, and because many collapsed after the end of the 800-meter race, it was banned until 1960. Oh,
They collapsed because you wouldn't train. It wasn't too much. They was untrained because you wouldn't train them.
got a hold of a mule. I want to
It's
see
like we
somebody.
won't train you because you women. You collapsed because you untrained, so you can't do it. Oh, okay, all right. Now you just that's the okey doke right there. That's the okey doke right there.
Yeah, that's it.
So, oh, you can't do it. You untrained. Well, we train us. We can't train you because you're a woman. Okay,
Wow,
I would
it
have
was
been
banned
training in
until
my backyard.
1960. Wow. Roberta Gibb was the first woman to run and finish the Boston Marathon in 1966. She did not get official credit for it, as women were not allowed to enter the race until 72. But her wins in 66, 67, and 68 seriously challenged long-held beliefs about the athletic prowess of women. Wow. So she ran and didn't even get recognized.
Wow. Woo! Oh my God. Not once. Years she did this, and they was like, nah, nah.
Okay.
We ain't gonna talk about her.
Hold it together, honey. Hold it together.
That is shady right there. And they'd be like, oh my gosh, where'd she come from? Okay.
Bernie Jackie Mitchell, a pitcher, was the first woman in professional baseball. While women still don't have much of a presence in baseball today,
No.
Mitchell proved that it wasn't because they couldn't play. During an exhibition game, she struck out both Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. Her
Oh,
performance probably played, that's what I want to talk about. Her performance probably played a part in baseball commissioner Kennesaw Mountain Landis banning women from the sport later that year. I bet.
can't have this gal
She did too
showing up
much.
our
She did too
dudes.
much.
And we got dudes that's womanizers and alcoholics and everything else, but you can't have no gal.
She came in and she came in and showed out and struck out they two stars. They was like, oh no, and there could be more of them.
It was more than they just y'all didn't let her play.
They banned all women from the sport.
Wow.
Mary Queen of Scots is reported to be the first woman to play golf in Scotland. Golf today is seen as a man's sport, but this powerful and scandalous queen couldn't have cared less. In fact, she even went out to play golf a few days after her husband, Lord Darnley's murder. Good God, woman.
She said, let me get these
Maybe
holes,
that's
let
how
me get
she
these AC
feels.
holes in
Maybe
real quick. She said,
she comforted herself.
let me get these AC holes in real quick. I know he fast, I gotta get some stress relief. Let me go along, let me get these real quick.
We all heal in different ways. Um, Donald Walker's book Exercise for Ladies warns women against horseback riding
No.
Oh
because it
boy,
deforms
about
the
to be
lower parts of the
foolishness.
body.
No, stop
It
it.
deforms what?
It deforms the lower parts of the body. While this
Stop
book was
it.
published in 1837, the views it documented about women doing any kind of exertion or exercise were to hold throughout the Victorian era and beyond.
The literally insane stuff I have heard. Not it is bad enough. I'm hearing that from 18. I'm like 1800s. They was off on a lot of health stuff. But what I'm hearing, Mars, it's like the amount of people that just don't know about how women's bodies actually work is
Yeah.
insane. It's insane. Like it's just insane. Like I know I heard a guy. He said women shouldn't sit down and drink because the water hits women's uteruses too hard when, when they sit
Oh,
down and drink. So women shouldn't drink water. So I was like, that's so many different parts of the body that's not connected that you just said.
Yeah, they was
my
just guessing
my
stuff.
mouth has nothing to do with the uterus. It's so and this wasn't even old. This was somebody put this out in the open in the real world in our Lord 2023. Like, oh,
What?
yes, and he put it out in the real world for the people to partake in all honesty.
No, no thanks,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, yeah. Don't drink too hard. It hurt your uterus.
all right. All right.
So I'm not even surprised about the horse stuff because this is, I mean, it's been decades of people saying what happens to women's bodies that doesn't actually happen. So, okay. Don't ride a horse, I guess.
Well, in 1921, American novelist Edith Wharton was the first woman to receive a Pulitzer Prize for fiction.
Yay!
She won the award for her novel The Age of Innocence. The story is set in upper class New York during the 1870s. In the early years of the blues from 1910 to 1925, the vast majority of women of singers were women.
Not
It's
surprised.
more women than men, actually.
I wonder why. We were stressed. We was overstressed. We said we going through. What do you even
Let's talk about some amazing women. Marie Curie is the only woman to ever win two Nobel Prizes. Her first award was for physics for her work on spontaneous radiation with her husband, with her second being in chemistry for her studies of radioactivity.
Yeah. Yep. I've heard some of her. I haven't looked into her like I need to, but yeah, she did a lot. She did a lot more than what was talked about.
I never get this pharaoh's name right, so just bear with me. Hatshepsut. Go with
Hatshepsut,
that?
that's my girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Times of
She
shelter.
was
Mhm.
one of the most
Passion,
powerful
passion,
women
passion.
in the ancient world, and I was going to spell it next. In the ancient world, and the one and only female pharaoh in recorded history. She was the
Hmm.
fifth pharaoh of the 18th dynasty of ancient Egypt after taking over as a supposed regent for her son and reigned for over 20 years, while accounts seem to paint her reign as a favorable one. Her
Hmm.
images have been defaced on temples and inscriptions as though they meant to wipe her existence from history.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Obviously.
But like we haven't had any people. You haven't had anybody. Okay. All right. All
And
right.
she was a woman. That has to do with the fact she was a woman of color. Um,
Quite as kept. They all were people of color.
Martha Wright Griffith, American lawyer and judge, pushed through the Sex Discrimination Act in 1964 as part of the Civil Rights Act. This act has helped protect countless women on the job and in everyday life from discrimination based on their gender. And we
Mhm.
thank you, ma'am. Journalist Nellie Bly put Jules Verne's character Phileas Fogg to shame when she completed an around the world journey in only 72 days, quite a feat before the invention of the airplane. Bly is also well known for her expose on mental institutions, a project for which she had to fake psychological illness to gain access to the facilities. Oh, when?
Mm.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
And I remember when I watched the movie made about her. Oh wait, no, I have not. I've seen plenty of Jules Verne around the world movies made.
None of my
Right.
Hollywood.
Right.
I've seen several versions.
That's right. That's right. Jane Addams was the first woman to be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize because of her work with the Whole House. The public philosopher, writer, leader, and suffragist went down as one of the most influential and prolific women in American history.
Go James.
Okay.
Okay, okay,
Upon
go
her
girl.
husband's death, Cherokee leader Nancy Ward took his place in 1775 battle against the Creeks and led the Cherokee to victory. After the victory, she became head of the Women's Council and a member of the Council of Chiefs, playing a key role in social and political changes to the Cherokee Nation throughout her life. All right, man.
Okay. Okay.
In 1777, 16-year-old Sybil Ludington raced through the night to warn New York patriots that the British were attacking nearby Danbury, Connecticut, where the munitions and supplies for the entire region were stored during the heat of the Revolutionary War. While Paul Revere gets all the glory for nighttime rides, her journey took her twice the distance and helped the troops prepare and repel a British
Of
attack.
course.
See, they don't
Of
talk about
course.
Sybil.
Of course.
I ain't never heard nothing about all I hear.
Twice the
The
distance.
British is coming, the
Yep,
I
you're
British
ain't
is
right.
never
coming.
heard her name.
How old did you say she was?
16.
Wow.
Never heard of her.
I have heard of a young person. I think I have heard of a girl, but I've never heard this much information.
Hmm.
Mm-mm-mm.
They,
Elizabeth
and they know what they
Cady
doing.
Stanton. Okay. Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Susan B. Anthony spent their lives fighting for women's suffrage, but neither lived long enough to see the amendment granting them the right to vote. Stanton passed away in 1902, decades before women fully won out, and Anthony in 1906, only a few years later. But the work still paid off, ladies.
Hmm.
African American performer Josephine Baker was working in France during World War II, but not only as a singer, dancer, and actress, she was also helping the war movement, smuggling numerous messages to French soldiers. She often hid messages inside her dress or concealed with invisible ink on her sheet music. Baker's work in the war is
African.
only part of Baker's war. Work in the war is only part of what makes her such an amazing figure, as she was the first African American female star in a major motion picture, perform in a con- to star in a major motion picture, perform in a concert hall, and played a big role in the civil rights movement. You didn't know that?
Not
I
that
knew
much.
that.
Of course I knew, but I didn't know that much
I knew that. I knew that about
about
her
her.
with the war. Yeah, that she would hide messages and even in the invisible ink in her sheet music because she would get detained and stuff a lot, and so she figured out how to hide it in her sheet music. Like that was super smart and
That
very
is
dangerous because she's a
really
black woman.
because if they had caught her, man, done.
All right, I got a few famous first, and then we'll hand it over to Chantalie. All right. Here we go. In 1853, Antoinette Blackwell became the first American woman to be ordained a minister in a recognized denomination.
Okay.
Impressive considering there are still only a handful of female ministers. Well, there's more than a handful. Uh,
Yeah. Now hold on now, y'all. All right
word
now.
is a little different.
It's more than a handful. Calm it down. Ease it
Hands
up.
I gotta use.
Really. The Jack and the Beanstalk giant hands or something. It's more than a hand. It's a hand more than a handful. Calm it down. Now y'all, you're right now. I was on y'all side for a minute.
I can co-sign that. The earliest recorded female physician was Mary Ta, a doctor in ancient Egypt who lived around 2700 BC. Many historians believe she may be the first woman recorded by name in the history of all the sciences, making her achievement all the more impressive. 2700 BC, that was before Christ.
Yeah, that's okay.
The first woman to rule a country as an elected leader in the modern era was Saramavo. Oh no, I'm not saying his name. We're gonna spell it.
Oh,
Bandaranaike.
okay. I ain't got you on that one. I don't even. I'm like, yep, yep.
Of Sri Lanka, who was elected as Prime Minister of the island nation in 1960 and later re-elected in 1970. She is still one of only a handful of. See, I don't know if I can believe y'all a handful.
What they about to say? What they about to say?
A handful of female heads of state through numbers, though numbers are growing with female leaders being recently elected in places like Brazil,
Okay,
Switzerland, Costa Rica, and Lithuania and Gabon. I don't know if
okay,
that
that's
makes sense.
true. There's not that many heads of state. There's not that many female heads of
I think I
state.
want to use another word than handful. That's what
Yeah,
I want to use.
I give y'all a handful on that. I'm not gonna give y'all a handful on the other one.
In
Mm-mm.
1756, during America's colonial period, Lydia Chapin Taft became the first woman to legally vote with the consent of the electorate. While all women didn't enjoy this privilege until 1920, Taft was allowed to vote because her husband, a powerful local figure, had passed away right before a major town vote. She was allowed to step in his stead. Oh,
Thank you so much.
that's so precious.
Thank you. Y'all are so kind.
Well, since your husband is dead, you can go.
I guess if you all we got. That's literally what they said. Like we ain't got nobody else, so I guess go ahead.
Oh, that's still misogynistic, y'all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she was allowed to step in because they didn't have anybody else, so they was like, I guess we choose his widow. Thanks.
Well, if he was, they were saying if he was still alive, she still couldn't vote.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, I ain't gonna go deep into that. The first woman to run for U.S. president was Victoria Woodhull, who campaigned for the office in 1872 under
Yeah.
the National Women's Suffrage Association. While women would not be granted the right to vote by a constitutional amendment for nearly 50 years, there were no laws prohibiting one for running from the chief executive position. And that's something I didn't think about. That there was nothing to keep women from running. They just not, they just
Probably
not
because
gonna
they didn't
go
think
for it.
they would. Like they didn't think that deep. They was like, as long as we don't let them vote, we ain't gonna think no deeper than they want to run. Ooh.
The first female governor of a U.S. state was Wyoming Governor Nellie Taylor Ross, elected in 1924. Wyoming was also the first state to give women the right to vote, enacting women's suffrage in 1869, making it a surprise leader in women's rights. I didn't know that. The first female member of a president's cabinet was Frances Perkins, Secretary of Labor under FDR. She remained in office for the duration of his terms and helped put together the labor programs needed for the New Deal to succeed. All right.
Okay.
The first person to make the daring attempt to go over Niagara Falls in a wooden barrel was a woman. Now you gotta be stupid with me that you're a woman. On October 24th, 1901, Annie Edson Taylor, a 43-year-old school teacher from Michigan.
Why? Why she gotta be from Michigan? Why she gotta be from Michigan though?
Plunged over the falls. She survived with only a small gash on her head, but swore to never take them on again. I bet she didn't.
Thanks.
Let's see. Jeanette Rankin, a Republican from Montana, was the first woman elected to serve in Congress. She was elected in both 1916 and 1940. A lifelong pacifist, she was the only member of Congress to vote against entering World War II.
Okay.
On May 15, 1809, Mary Dixon Keyes received the first U.S. patent issued to a woman for inventing a process for weaving straw with silk or thread. Well, thank you.
Much obliged.
Before then, women didn't bother to patent their new inventions because they couldn't legally own property independent of their husband.
Yep.
I hate reading stuff like that.
I know, it just make you be like, yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, I mean, if we're gonna say it like it is, property can't own property. That's really what it was. Property can't own property.
I'm going to end with this. In 1770, a bill proposing that women using makeup should be punished for witchcraft was put forward to the British Parliament. Thank God, times have changed.
Well, we all be witches.
The use of makeup was frowned upon during this period for the effect it would have on men, and women who were thought to be luring men with scents, makeup, wigs, or other cosmetics. Girl, it'll hung us high. Were thought to be performing the devil's work by inciting lustfulness. Even the Queen took a hard stance on makeup, calling it impolite.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Well, I'm impolite. I'm impolite then. Oops.
I'm done.
That is. So we witches and impolite. Yikes. Yowza.
But if you're going to be a witch, you really shouldn't be an impolite one.
Really?
Dr. Lee. Oh God, it tickles me.
A bunch of impolite witches.
Now you can't be both. That's doing too much. That's excessive. You can be impolite, but you can't be impolite. And on top of them, us assuming they worship the devil.
You rude? You rude too? Ooh. At least be nice.
So impolite.
Well, they said that they assume you wearing makeup and lustful scent. and wigs.
What is a lustful scent?
They
Dior,
said that
Aqua de Joe.
you have to be luring men's husbands because you couldn't be beautiful and smelling good for any other reason.
Cause so I can't look. Okay, it's not just for me then, because I just happen to want to smell good and look good that day. I want your man.
God knows I had to be born 200 years
Cause
after that position.
cause of that year Thompson. But since then, I want your man. Give me Methuselah.
Oh, God.
No.
Don't be coming for Bethesda like that. Don't be doing her like that.
She over here judging me. She calling me a rude witch. I cannot.
All right. All right. So I wanted to talk about like three main topics today, and it was Kiki Palmer, Jonathan Majors and Michael B. Jordan, and Megan Thee Stallion. So I'll start with Megan Thee Stallion for women's
I'm going
empowerment.
blank on Jonathan Majors. I know the name, but I can't.
He's in Creed with Michael B. Jordan, and he's Kang the Conqueror in the new Ant-Man movie.
Okay.
Did you see Lovecraft Country? I didn't, but I
Oh,
know
okay.
he's in
Thank you. That there it is. That because I was like, I was seeing his face. Okay, now I know who he is. I got it.
This a movie Jonathan likes too. Jay-Z had a lot to do with it. Regina King.
You was good at Lovecraft Country. I know who he is.
The harder they fall.
Oh yeah. With Idris Elba. Yeah, that was good too.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and Daddy watched
Okay,
both of those. Me and Daddy love both of those.
Now, okay.
Now
So
we know who we all talking about.
we started with Megan Thee Stallion and Women's Empowerment Month. Their first 50 Cent apologized for clowning her like he did when they were going through the trial and everybody wanted to jump on the Megan hate train and she did it. She lying.
Okay.
So all that whatever. And still they heard. Did you hear? Did any of y'all hear the video, the audio that they played of Tory Lanez talking to Kelsey, Megan's best friend, right after the situation happened?
I didn't hear that.
Renee, did you hear it?
No, I didn't hear it.
Okay, so he was on some, how no, I didn't do this or whatever. Okay, so on the audio that came out during the trial, he was like, "How Megan doing, man? Tell her I'm sorry, man. Tell her I'm sorry, man. Tell her that wasn't even me, man.
Okay.
That wasn't even like me, man." She probably ain't even gonna talk to me now, but tell her I'm sorry. But he
all
didn't
right,
do
sir.
it.
Okay, sir.
He
Why you
didn't
doing all
do it.
that? Why you doing all that if you ain't sorry? You ain't do it.
So after
I don't make them kind of phone calls if I ain't do nothing. That don't make no sense.
And when he was asking Kelsey which hospital they were at, she was acting like she didn't really want to tell him. But anyway.
Okay.
Like, yeah. So but after that came out, everybody was like, nah, he shot her. And then, well, not everybody, because some people still believe that she made it all up.
Of course.
But
like, it's gonna always be those people.
Yeah, so after that, 50 Cent apologized, and I believe it was some other males that apologized. It was mostly males in her same industry that was attacking her, like male rappers who were attacking her. And on Tory, So, and then recently, Carl Crawford, who she's been in a legal battle with, apologized to her too. So, I feel like, Megan's been through a lot. She lost her mom. She lost her grandmother, this stuff with Tory, and then all the, the explosion of fame, all of it happened all at the same time. So I'm glad that people are, at least apologizing. I don't know if it's real or genuine or not, but I'm glad that they do.
I know. I will give it. Some people are probably genuine. Some people are just kind of being like, "Ooh, I'm busted. I gotta clean up and make myself look better." Apologies. So. I give 50-50.
Right. Okay, so that's that. And the second thing is Kiki Palmer had her son.
I'm happy. I'm happy for her. I'm happy for her. I'm just happy for her in
Yes,
general.
she had her son, and the name. Did anybody hear the name?
I missed it. I saw they was like, but I forgot to look at the name.
His name is Leotis.
Kiki. Kiki did not call me. Kiki didn't call me.
His name is Leotis, and I think it's like. Let me see. Let me get off of this real quick because I think it was like I want to. Now the
Kiki did.
name people, the meaning people were saying that it means sounded really good and strong, but when every time I look it up, that's not what I see. So let me see where.
It makes sure she didn't give it a name, a meaning. Leo. Why would
Oh,
you
I said okay. You got to be a rich black person to
to give it
name
that? Because
that
I
in this in
no
2023.
no. Why? I
In
feel
2023 though.
why would you do
Leotis,
that?
okay.
You couldn't think of no. Okay, I mean it's your child. You can do what you want, but
Right.
yeesh.
I guess she can help him create work for himself so he doesn't have to worry about, applying for a job.
But I won't be surprised if
Um,
20 years from
okay,
now we
so
hear he go by Leo.
right. People living by the strongly flowing river.
I think she made that up.
That's what somebody I think I was watching Kempire and I think he was saying if somebody I was watching was saying that like I think she's playing with us. Like I think she's trolling us.
Like I think no, I don't doubt she gave the boy that name, but I don't think that's. I think she made up the meaning. I think she
No,
was like,
I don't think I heard her say the meaning, but I was hearing people online like saying, "Oh, Leotis means this or Leotis means that," and it meant something like
mm,
God and being strong. But every time I look it up, it's like that what I just said,
I don't think that's what it means.
living by some strong waters or something.
I
But
don't.
the baby's
Nah.
cute.
I mean, yeah,
She's
okay. I mean, she's
the
cute. The baby's cute.
primary,
I'm not surprised.
everything
Okay,
cute.
I'm happy. The baby's happy and healthy. I'm happy she had a baby. Of course.
He'll be all right.
Really, he'll be okay. Trust, he will be fine. His mom is Kiki, but he's fine.
And she stay working, okay?
For real.
Even when she was pregnant, Kiki stayed with a job. But
Thank you. So he will be okay.
okay, and lastly is there was some backlash on some pictures that Jonathan Majors took I think it was on Ebony and like he
Mhm.
was like he had on like a pink something pink and it was like a pink furry something.
I think I saw that, and I think a guy I'm supposed to be looking at his video was talking about the sassification of black men. I think that was one of the pictures, and I was like, "Who's that dude back there with a pink, with his chest all out with some fluffy on?" And I didn't look at the video.
Right.
That might have been that.
And I was like, okay, but so I think that it's the has a lot to do with this Creed 3 movie coming out, and I watched well in this Creed 3 movie I haven't seen it, but in the talk about it, it's a lot about healthy masculinity because there has been talk about toxic masculinity, but not really talks about
Oh, it's pink.
what
It's pink.
healthy. Yeah, it's pink.
It's
Healthy
pink.
masculinity.
I just looked at it just to make sure I got the reference. It's pink.
Right. So I was watching Cinema Therapy, and they were talking about how if this movie is really focusing on healthy masculinity, then it's really following in the line of what all the other Rocky movies were about. And
Yeah.
they broke down how Rocky, even though he was a fighter, he didn't practice toxic masculinity.
And I didn't realize until I watched that video. I was like, he really didn't. He really didn't. And I
Mm-mm.
never paid attention to that part of it.
So yeah, they were showing like all through all the Rocky movies and even the first two Creed movies how like he was a father figure to Michael B. Jordan in the
Mm-hmm.
Creed movie, and how like he showed compassion with him, and how he um something happened. I stopped watching Rocky. When was that?
2 or 3. Was
After
it
four
with
or five?
for? Oh,
I
you were
think I
okay.
kind of. Oh yeah, I saw like I kind of glanced at the fifth one, but I didn't really remember it. I think
Yeah,
that's
like
when
I
I stopped.
remember Drago. I remember that movie. Like it's kind of I start getting really fuzzy on which one it is later they get. I'm like I don't know which one that was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. So they were just he was just showing that like well something happened where um his relationship with his literal son got messed
I
up.
saw that one. I just don't remember which number that was. Maybe 4,
Yeah.
maybe 5, but I saw that one.
Yeah.
With
So they
yeah,
were showing how because in their relationship getting messed up, he had to reflect and take responsibility for his part in it.
he
And
did.
they were
He
saying that's
did.
a part of healthy
Hmm.
masculinity.
Yeah,
And
because he reflected and he called his son out on like you can't blame me for everything you don't get. Being like I don't have this because you weren't there. He's like you can't. Basically, that's what he was saying. He was like, "You, yeah, I wasn't there. I should have been. I should have done what I should have done. But you can't be keep every time something don't happen. You can't be like, well, I had my daddy. No, if you want something, go get it. You can't keep going back to that. So yeah, that's kind of what that whole storyline in that movie was.
yeah, and I think they showed a clip from one of the Creed movies where like I haven't seen any Creed movies and I
Me
don't want to
neither.
see any Creed
Me neither.
movies. Like, I will probably will never unless it's like absolutely nothing on. I don't really
Daddy has
like
seen
Michael
them.
B.
I've
Jordan like
never
that.
seen them. Okay, wait. Well, I was on your side with the not see the Creed movies. I didn't know you didn't like Michael B. Jordan. I need to go see y'all. See y'all a week after next. Love y'all.
I don't. I really don't think he's a really good actor. I think Jonathan Majors is. I don't think Michael B. Jordan is. I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Okay. All right.
It's
Okay.
just he. It's just he's always like the little angry, like the little angry dude trying to. I'm
Okay.
gonna leave it alone.
Okay. His ads are the best acting ads I have seen in years. No, but yeah, no, you don't have to. No, I'm
All
not
right.
one of like it's movies I've seen him in that I really really like. This movies I've seen him in that's been like, he looks good. So
And like I didn't like him as Killmonger in the first Wakanda movie. Am I wrong?
I wasn't invested. I would say I'm not I won't say I disagree necessarily, but I like them. But I'm just saying like you could like not like really. Okay. Like I don't. There's long run. Like I mean, I'm not gonna be one of the people that's not lying to be like some people. He looks good. Let's just be honest. He looks good, and some people's draw to him is that. But it's
It
some
must
movies.
be that because I was like, why did they pick him to be Killmonger? What?
I mean, I can see why they picked him to be Killmonger, but I'm like, I do. It's some movies I've seen him in that I like. I really, really, really liked what he did in it. And some movies I've seen him in, I've just been like, he was all right. Like he did a
Okay.
movie on Amazon not that long ago. I like me. I saw it. I'm like,
Is it with the black lady that's married to the Dawson's Creek dude? Because I like that movie, but I didn't really like him in it.
I don't know who he's married. I don't know who Dr. Creek is married to. I don't keep up with. I don't want your life. I don't keep up with him for that line. But yeah, I mean,
um,
he was like a spy or something like that that they turned on, and they tried to kill him and killed his wife. Something. But like, I liked him in
yeah, I
that.
think that was it. I
Like
think that was it. I
he
wanted to
does
see
good,
that.
and
Was it good?
it was actually good. I liked it. But like I've noticed he does well in certain types of movies, and not so well in others. So the more emotional acting he is hit or miss sometimes, but the more he can do the acting and have a lot of action, he does better in.
I have a feeling that's really him though.
Yeah.
Some actors really pull toward their actual personality, and I've seen him in interviews. I kind of think that's him.
Yeah.
And I seen an interview one time where he was in his family home with his parents and his brother. I think that's kind of kind of him, but he also did good in the show Parenthood that came out some years ago. He did really good in that.
It's always funny when I see him in old stuff, and I'm just like, I forgot he was in this, and I saw, and I just forgot.
And he's been around for a long time. Like for a long time, he was like one of those actors where you saw him but you didn't remember who his name.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
he was kind of like that guy. And
Yeah,
so
because I see like also be like, oh, I remember his face, because
yeah,
he was like a lot skinnier and looked a lot
yeah.
younger, and it's like, oh,
Like
that
I
is
like
him.
Angelique, like you got an amazing
What did it say,
watch
physique?
it from him. I can watch it from the playbacks. But we have honest relationship, but he does have an
Mhm.
amazing body. Like honestly, I ain't gonna lie about that. And but I didn't think he was very attractive in his younger years at all. Like I feel like he's grown into it. I felt like that like about Omar Epps. Like in his younger years, I was like, what are people saying about him? I think
I didn't get it.
Mhm.
he's much better looking now. Same thing with Makai Pfeiffer. I'm like, oh,
It's like
but like
wine.
Juice, I was like, what am I looking
I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get what you're talking about.
All
at?
right, so okay, so back on track.
I know we veered. We veered.
That's because
So
Chantalise started talking all that foolishness about Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, put his
y'all had to show me the light.
We gotta get you back together.
Okay, so all the Rocky movies and even the Creed movies are about showing how you can show your masculine side and also accept your
Mhm.
feminine side. And they show that with Rocky's relationship with his wife
Mhm.
and how he, what did he say, you wanna marry me a little bit? Like you say, we get engaged a little bit, something like that. Let me get
Yeah,
that
like
little
you like that was so good. Like when they showed that again, I'm like, that was
thing.
so cute. I was like, I forgot that scene was that cute. Like, because he was such an Rocky was such an awkward person outside of boxing or collecting them. Like when he had to interact with humans on a regular, he was just so awkward. And it was like their interactions were so cute when you see him again. It's just like he didn't know how to deal with her. Like he liked her, but he just was like, I don't know how to deal with her. I don't know how to talk to people. That was just so cute.
So they were showing that how even though he was a strong fighter, like even what was the first one? The one with the famous one where he's calling Adrian after he wins or loses. Is that this one?
He lost in the first one.
Okay, yeah. Where he was calling her and it's like it's just he has that he shows the balance all through the movies and even up into Creed too. And so the reason that they are showing their feminine side, aside from people already having some questions about Michael B. Jordan,
I'm so tired
um,
of questions.
but the reason they're showing that side is because they're falling in line with the rest of the movies, and it's not because they're trying to emasculate black men.
No,
I
like
believe that
yeah,
it's
it's
just
yeah.
because that they're just it was just they're just falling in line and showing that, and um
I mean,
so
like
I think
Rocky
that.
literally tells Creed in one scene that he loves him. Like his
Hmm.
eyes swell up. He's like, he like. So I'm saying, like, you can express that's Rocky. Like Rocky whole thing is you can express emotions and still be a man. You will be
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they highlighted their relationship too, and like how he was at his funeral, and then how appreciative he was, and everything.
Hmm.
And so like they're just showing healthy masculinity. And what was I about to say? Um, yeah. So what I was thinking was when I was looking at this, if we know that women live in a world where there are times where we need to exert our masculinity, And
Mhm.
sometimes when we can, we have to have that balance too. If it's okay to accept that women need to um exert and accept their masculine side, then why is it not okay to understand that males also need to accept their feminine side?
True.
It's not fair.
Mhm.
Yeah. What did y'all think about that situation?
You want to go first, Renee?
Um, I mean, I was somewhat familiar with familiar with the situation. I kind of read about it and kind of just kind of put it out of my mind. I kind of thought it was in some ways blown out of proportion. Um, for me, just the way my mind works, I was like, my God, it's just a movie. Like everybody got a check and went home. Um, but I mean, I understood because like a lot of people was asking Sylvester like why he wasn't in the movie, and he kind of expressed in kind of based off of that, like they put him out the movie. He couldn't attach himself to the brand, to him. That was kind of his exodus from it. It changed. Um, I saw the photo shoot and everybody was like losing their mind over the photo shoot.
Right.
And but I felt like the photo shoot, like he have a life beyond that movie too. So,
Yeah.
it was a photo shoot. I mean, to me, I'm just like, we make these huge political statements over stuff that to me, I kind of sometimes when I hear these conversations and people like could never be me and I'd never be that, and I'm like, dude, if someone wrote you a check that these people get for that, right?
Hello,
Like,
man. Within
let me tell
reason,
you something.
write
As a
me a check
woman,
and to have me a
if I
photo shoot
got
that
the
looks
check that I know
masculine.
some of
You
these
darn
stars
skippy.
get, that is me in a man suit and
A
cowboy
man
boots
suit
and
with a bow
man,
tie.
they get paid
Shoot.
well for that. Like,
Thank you.
And walk around like that for the whole rest of the day.
You call me what you want to call me. I'm putting this check in the bank.
I didn't feel like that was emasculating him. I didn't feel like that was taking. I didn't feel like that was taken from the movie. I didn't feel like that was
No.
the things that was being said. I didn't put any of those things together. Like I felt like he was doing what he's doing as an actor, his job. He did his job for Creed. His next job is to sit in front of that camera and wear the clothes they put on him. That's his job. And then he will do his next job. We won't all like the jobs that he does.
No.
And you know
And
what? He's
Jonathan
also
Majors is actually right now big
paid for
enough.
that.
He could have told him he didn't want to do a pink photo shoot. Like, so he wasn't, he's not even at the stage in his career where he was forced to. He could have told him, I don't like that. I don't want to do that. And they would have did something else. He's not an up and comer to at that, like he's still relatively new, but he's not that brand new. And he's been part of some major, major stuff. He could have been like, I don't want to do that. And they would have been like, okay, sir, Mr. Majors, what do you want to do? So
And then
obviously he
and
was
then
like,
you better
okay,
go call Michael B. Jordan next. And that was been what it was.
like
Like
he obviously he didn't look uncomfortable to me. He looked like he
I
was
think
perfectly fine in his
I
pink
mean,
suit.
it was a pink. I mean, it wasn't like he was in drag. He wasn't in a dress. He wasn't
He
in
was in a
Right.
makeup.
pink
He wasn't.
suit
It
in
was
a pink
just
background with flowers.
but here's my thing, and here's my thing with that. I think because he plays very masculine roles. He's
He
been
does.
in the Marvel universe and all these different things. He's in Creed. What I'm saying, but then you have a rapper like is it ASAP Rocky, the one who Rihanna got the baby by? He
Uh-huh.
wears feminine clothes all the time. He carries a purse
And
all
he has a
the time.
feminine face.
That's what I'm
And his
saying.
face is in there. His face is he cares about and his face is feminine. There we go.
And his face is feminine.
I mean, I saw him in an interview with Angie Martinez, and I'm like, dude, he had like a scarf around him, and then what made it so bad when he went into his bag or get his stuff out, he went and got it like a woman, and he's going through it, and he was like, I just grab whatever is cute to me, and I was like, dude, that's a purse, that's a pocketbook.
It's a purse. Like my thing is this: if you're carrying a purse, Be man enough to say I'm carrying a purse. Don't give it no brand new name. I don't hear a Merce. I don't hear Merce. I don't hear man purse. I don't hear no statue. That's a purse. You got what I got. You got what I carry to the store. That's a purse. That's a
It was a
handbag.
coach, Andy. It was a coach. It was a coach
You was a
purse.
catch.
The same
You got a
store
catch?
I buy it from.
No. Just call it a purse. Don't make you ain't gotta make no whole new special man name. That's a name.
But I'm like, dude, he has worn skirts before. So I'm saying, if you're not gonna be up in arms about what he wears, then leave Jonathan alone. And he did
Yep.
that one photo shoot. ASAP dresses like that all the doggone time.
And I
And
think
he's
part
not
of
the
it is
only one. Rappers be wearing dresses and
no.
pearls and skirts and all kind of stuff.
No. And then like
Hyper masculine industry. So I'm saying, come on.
rappers are doing they are literally doing the storyline that they did in Boondocks. They are actively living that right now. So y'all can miss me when y'all try to rebrand and make it not what it is. You're wearing pearls, sir. You are carrying a handbag, my dude. You can sit here and be like, nah, it's pearls. It's a handbag. Y'all no. You can sit here and try to relabel it.
Like you, clutch. It's a clutch.
They're trying to make it all these different names. No. No. Stop it. You know what you're doing. If you're not gonna call it what it is, don't wear it. You can't rebrand.
That's that gangster bag. That's that gangster bag.
Gangstalicious. All right, Gangstalicious. You gonna wear a crop top and a miniskirt next?
Put your little midriff out.
Thank you. I'm saying they literally are doing the exact same thing they talked about in Boondocks when Gangstalicious was fronting and not admitting. Now, I'm not saying they all are gay, but I'm saying that's the same thing that you wearing pearls, but you don't want to call them pearls. You call them everything but pearls. They're not called pearl necklaces. Like they literally have a whole other name for like what they are.
Or when you express it and you say, "Well, I'm just into fashion." Okay, but you wear women's accessories and women's clothes. You can like fashion,
but admit what it is. I would rather you say I like wearing pearls. I like carrying a handbag. Don't try to rebrand it as just I'm into fashion.
And when you say you into fashion and then you say fashion doesn't have a gender, it does. Then how come you go into a store, there's a women's section, men's section?
You can say fashion. You can say fashion shouldn't have a gender. You could. I could agree with that. But don't. As of today, the stuff you're wearing is very much gendered.
and you wearing the stuff that's like certain things that are cut for women. It's darted for women and it's cut for women. And they wear stuff that's not all cut for women, but you wearing the stuff that's clearly women's. Like, and I'm like,
y'all trying to play me.
That ain't what you picking up.
You trying to play me like I'm stupid.
It's confusing. Like, don't put on a skirt and then say it's not a skirt. Don't do that.
That's what makes me upset. I'm like, if it's a skirt, if you can say it's not a women's skirt, if you don't want to say it's only for women, but it's a skirt. A skirt is a skirt.
Well, if you a man and you wearing it, it's your skirt. It's not a women's skirt. It's your
but
skirt.
It is a skirt.
And just say that's your skirt.
That's like me saying it's not pants. I'm wearing pants, but it's not pants. It's pants. If you wear a dress, it's a dress.
If you a man and you bought it, it's not a woman's skirt no more, but it is your skirt.
Sir. If you wear the dress, it is a dress. Because that is what the cut of the clothing is. It is a skirt. It is a dress. It is a whatever. So you ain't gotta make it a whole.
About Cameron.
Okay.
I was thinking about Cameron and the way he used to wear pink all the time.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. And everybody thought that was cute.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't no fur, you know.
Yeah.
But, well, it might have been.
It was his brand.
It might have been.
His brand was pink.
But he used to wear pink all the time.
My thing is,
so I just wanted us to just think of ways that be more accepting of males and females, knowing when to tap into their masculine and their feminine side. Everybody has a masculine and a feminine side. It's not all the same percentage with everybody. But some people are even females. Some are more masculine than they are feminine, and the same way around. Everybody has their own unique mixture, but everybody has both. And there's nothing wrong with accepting that. And that's what's going to help us evolve and go to the next level as human beings. So we have to stop resisting.
Okay.
All right. That was hot.
Hey.
All right, Angelique.
All right. So I'm gonna start with after all that amazing upliftingness. Have you all witnessed Ariana DeBose's BAFTA performance?
I did witness it.
As I can even say, watch it. Did you witness it?
You said, did you witness?
I witnessed it.
I need to know the difference. I saw a little bit of the beginning, but it didn't hold my attention. Maybe I had too much going on.
You should have took it all in. I will say, I still believe from when we talked about her with the Tony, she is an amazing, talented performer. She's a talented actress, talented singer, beautiful, all that. But I'm starting to see a trend with her award shows performances that I'm not liking.
Yeah.
Is it what, doing too much
I think
and
that's
being too corny?
it's not even being too. I would honestly, you can be corny. I'm not. I mean, because I expect award show performances to be corny on some level. You just know they will be. But this is the second one I've seen where she's hitting off notes. She's doing too much. It's just not great. And like, it's just not really that good. Like, and I know some people came out and defended her and all this, and I'm just like, that's cool. But I'm just like, it wasn't a good performance. Like, you can defend her, and because people went way too far, and she literally, like, she deactivated her Twitter. Y'all went too far. It wasn't that deep. It was a bastard. It was a bastard performance. It was like 3 minutes. Calm down. But
she's talented though. That's no reason.
Yeah.
You can't be mad at somebody who's trying to entertain you, and you can tell
it wasn't they were mad. They just basically bullied her off of Twitter, like they do. Twitter does. Like, they kept making fun of her and attacking her, and she just eventually she left, and it was just like,
I don't like that.
It wasn't a good performance. Like, I'm not gonna be one of those people that argue like that. It wasn't good, but it just was like, what? I don't know if she needs to maybe get training for that. But it's like because last time I was like, okay, well, Tony, it was at the end. She did a lot. Well, this is at the beginning, and I'm seeing the same issues. So I'm like, is it that she's like getting too excited? She's not able to control herself. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But I just was like, Ariana, what's going on, dear? Like, I just didn't, like, it kind of came and I was like, oh, and then when I saw, like, I watched, I was like, I didn't think it was gonna be that bad. I didn't think it was gonna be that bad. Personally, I didn't think it was gonna be that bad. What did you think about it, Renee?
I'm starting to see kind of the same thing. I don't, I know she's an actress, whatever, and of course her background is the Tony, so she's obviously good at live performances. But I think she's good at still live performances, maybe. But it's like her award, like you said, it was her award show. But I will say this: coming from a family of singers, I know this. Well, performers,
yeah,
it takes a lot to sing. It takes a lot to sing and move.
Yes.
I'm not a singer, but I'm a dancer and a choreographer. To do both takes a lot. And I will tell you this: when you're in front of a when you're from an audience of any size, the energy that's exchanged pulls a lot. The larger the audience, they pull more energy. So you're already at a certain level. You have to perform. The larger the audience, it pulls more energy from you. So I'm thinking I think she does what I see certain dancers do that don't even sing. And when the curtains open and you go out on the gate, you go out at from 10 to 100, right?
Yeah.
So we've seen dancers that we both choreographed. And it's like, we taught them that choreography. What the heck are they on the stage doing? And it's like, they're in a group of 20 and you see somebody go totally left or they're just so off the grid. It's like their movements are so over exaggerated and they've got these crazy facial expressions. And so I'm thinking when she's in front of these audiences and now she's performing, and I'm thinking because she's still relatively new to us, to the world, that I'm thinking she's so overexcited that it's this exchange of energy, and I'm thinking she's just doing too much. And I'm thinking, because I've heard her say these things in a couple interviews, I'm thinking she's overcompensating for being a Black woman also.
Okay, could be.
She keeps doing these rapping things and these, we don't need you to do this for us. First of all, because you keep doing it badly and wrong.
Yeah.
So,
like I don't need every Black person to rap. That's stupid. I don't need every Black person. Every Black person doesn't rap.
In these scenarios, that's not even appropriate. And see, some of the stuff with the BAFTA was,
and she wrote the rap. She wrote that on her own.
That wasn't the stage. You probably could have pulled that off at the Tonys, but the BAFTAs was
the British Awards. The British Awards. You thought they needed to rap at the British?
That's what I'm
the BAFTAs.
They listen. You did it to the British Awards where these people are just coming up on all the crap with Meghan Markle. Really? Like,
BAFTAs don't need us to rap.
Sometimes. This was not where a real Black girl moment needed to happen.
No.
Just go and be you.
Just do you, yeah.
But it was like, it was off in the beginning, like the first, it was off the first notes for the performance. Yeah. It was like, it got worse.
She's got so much energy. All of us can sing. You two are singers. I do know this. It's because it's hard enough with choreography. Once you're already off, sometimes it's so hard to get yourself back on.
Especially because she can't like stop singing because she's the only singer. She can't be like, I'm gonna reset.
And I just don't think she's professional enough. Like, obviously, if it was dad and stuff like that, I mean, I just don't think she's that good. I just don't, So, like Chantilly made the statement, like her being corny. Because she's a Broadway star. Well, you expect corny from Broadway stars.
Yeah, but it's a little too corny though. It's not.
Goldberg, these are Broadway stars. So, but these are experienced, seasoned people who know when and how to turn it on and what to do and what level.
Right.
So I'm seeing them do off the wall stuff, but they wouldn't have done it at the BAFTAs. Or even if they would have known what level.
Yeah. Well, one of our favorites has always been Wolverine and
Hugh Jackman.
and Doogie Howser. Those are our two.
NCA.
Those two did amazing openings for years. Like those two were the go-to. Like if one of them wasn't doing it, the other one was doing it.
Right.
And of course they had little corn. All of them did. Right. But you could tell it was so much like rehearsal and we're gonna stay. And I just was like, what's going on with hers that it's not, this is the second one I've seen of hers that it's just not.
And I wonder how much, you said a rehearsal, I wonder how much rehearsal she does. I do know the Tony Awards, she did, at least some of that was last minute, she said.
That's never good.
And I'm wondering.
Not if you have to sing, especially if you have to sing. That's never good.
Does down to the grind, I'm wondering. And that's, you can't do that. you know. And like, I
Yeah.
know one year with an opening, Neil Patrick Harris, he did like a lot of it that day. But that's Neil Patrick Harris,
And he didn't
you
ever
know.
really sing a lot like they have her doing.
I think she chooses that. And if you're
Yeah.
gonna choose that, you need to be able to handle it. And if
And
you're gonna
so far, I
do a lot
haven't
of
seen her be
singing,
able
then you
to
don't need to
handle
be
it.
dancing all over the place. Like you're gonna have to.
And
There
so
are
far,
people
I
that I've
haven't seen her
seen.
handle it. I haven't seen it.
You're not like a I'm saying you're not. That's not your life. Like
No.
you're not Britney Spears or Janet Jackson, where you're doing
Or
these
Beyonce, or a person that you
tours.
know, they sing and dance. That's what they do. They sing and move and
Yeah.
dance. That's all they do.
Hmm.
You you're not a person that's gonna have a little backing track behind you so you can get a little breather. Like she's just live the whole time. And it's like, ew. This is the second
I
time I've
think
seen not a
that
good performance.
and the things I've seen her, and I'm not trying to rip her apart, but I'm like, you ask my opinion. I think too, stuff I've seen her do, even when I see her do interviews, I don't know how much you actually really see her. It's like she's always working a character. She's always
Right.
kind of being cute. She does even
Yeah.
like when you see her talking,
Because
she
she
goes
was
in and
like
out
that
of
on when she did SNL. She was like that. It
yeah,
didn't
she
seem
goes in and out of
real.
Spanglish at times. She does like it's like when do we ever just see Ariana DeBose? When do you ever just speak? When are you ever
Yeah.
just you?
I
I
think
don't
that Ariana has the same issue that Chloe Bailey has, where you see somebody who's really talented, but they're also very young and maybe they haven't learned who they are yet, or they haven't learned who they
That
are
makes
as an
sense.
artist yet.
That makes sense.
And also, they need people around them who don't really tell them who to be, but allow them to be who they be and give them room to experiment. Because I think Ariana has a lot to say because she's black, but I think she's Latinx, so she's also
yeah.
Latin, but like, and she's also in the LGBT community. So I think that she has a lot of things that she wants to say, a lot of things that she feels like she needs to fight for, but she doesn't have, maybe might not have the right words, or the people around her aren't helping her communicate the things that she wants to communicate in the right way.
I can okay. Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah. Well, she
And I
needs to get
think,
together before she takes her career.
yeah, I think what
Yeah,
her, I
hurry
think
up.
honestly, I think her getting the award she got, it was well deserved. I'm not ever going to say she didn't deserve that. There's people that even saying that she didn't deserve what she, and I'm just like, that's bullpucky. But I think that after the award, so many things were like, well, she got this award, let's put her in everything.
And I think
And
that's
it's
too much
like, well,
to
maybe you should have kind of
Hmm.
eased her
She should still
into
need to be cooking.
yeah.
like let her get the award and have her be part of opening. Have her like she almost went from like award, now she's hosting all these things. Maybe she's not at that point yet. Work up
Hmm.
to that. She might not be at that point because like Hugh Jackman, yeah, okay, yeah, we knew him as Wolverine. He had been on Broadway.
Right.
Like there wasn't, he didn't just jump in from Wolverine to do it. Like he had been in that part of that world.
And see, she
It's
had
like
been on Broadway, but she was a background dancer.
yeah,
She
she's
she
still
went
fairly
from behind the
new.
scenes to the front.
That's not the same thing, and that's not the same
No,
thing. So maybe she wasn't ready. Maybe y'all should have just kind of eased her into it instead of having her host
because
all
now
these
we're not
things.
ready.
No, because it's
It's
making her look.
traumatizing us.
It's really doing more damage to her than anything. It's making her look horrible.
It's damaging us right now.
I
But
know.
When
I know.
I really was turned off when I saw that variation of that Marilyn Monroe dress. I was like, oh.
Look at Ariana. What are you doing?
That's so God.
Here we go. Here we go. So tired of this white dress. But yeah, I just want to know what y'all thought about it because I firmly agree. I firmly disagree with everybody that bullied her off of Twitter. That is out of
Yeah, that's
line.
not.
Not necessary,
No.
uncalled for. She just had a horrible basketball performance. It's not that deep. Calm down. It's basketball.
No.
But
Mm-mm.
like, it's to the point where she has to deactivate her Twitter, or she felt like she had to deactivate her Twitter. Y'all went too far. Y'all went too far. But it's Twitter. Twitter always goes too far. So the other thing I want to bring up: have y'all seen the Peter and Wendy trailer?
I did see that. I liked how they showed them, because me and the girls had just watched Once Upon a Time, the show with all the Disney characters. And so they had Peter Pan was a big part of that TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were rewatching it, and I like how they showed that the Lost Boys, there could have been Lost Girls, like they reimagined that, and they didn't just make it Peter Pan; they made it Peter Pan and Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
I like how they did that.
Okay. Have you seen it, Renee?
I did.
What do you think of it?
Interesting.
Oh, the excitement is oozing.
You don't want to talk about no PG movie.
She said that. She said her excitement is oozing out. Can you see
it? All her kids is grown, doggone it.
The excitement slapped me in the face. It was overwhelming. She doing
PG-13 and up.
when I have to speak to little Nate and he have all the cartoons on, I just be like, oh my gosh, what is he watching? And he's just all into it, and I'm like, it's gonna be a day when he's gonna be just like his daddy, like, Granny, watch this with me.
Yeah. Yep. It's coming. It's coming.
You gotta find shows that you know you would like, and then show them how much they would like those shows as well.
Exactly.
That's what I did when my kids was little. These new little shows about this Coco Melons and all these little things.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad I don't have to be subjected to that. I will say,
I'm about to lose my mind on that Coco Melon and the like. Anything that's Coco Melon or like that, and now he owns these number blocks, and I'm about to lose all my marbles. The number bank.
What is it with that music that they like so much? It's just,
when you was here, when y'all was visiting, I got so tired of number block. I was like, no, number block. No, what are you number block?
When that doggone Baby Shark came out, I was like, that's the devil. This came straight from the pit of hell. There's no Jesus in this. And I thought that would be gone away, but them little children still love that doggone Baby Shark.
And they be making so many dang remixes. They're going to be remixing that forever.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And my goddaughters love the crap out of that song.
I don't get it.
It's why.
Why
torture me?
The devil.
I was peanut butter and jelly.
It's peanut butter jelly time. But I would say that what I saw.
I was watching RuPaul's Drag Race, and she said peanut butter jelly. I was thinking.
Well, we ain't gonna talk about that. That's a whole other peanut butter jelly. That's an adult peanut butter jelly. We can't talk about that. That's something completely different. That's something completely different.
I don't even know what y'all talking about.
RuPaul got a song called Peanut Butter, and I'm good. That's a whole other. That's something else.
Oh God. You afterwards.
Yeah. When I saw the trailer, we talk about Peter and Wendy, we over here talking about nasty stuff, nasty adult stuff. We talking about children stuff. But I don't know how I feel about a gritty version of Peter Pan. Like, I was just like, maybe the trailer just trying a lot, but I just was like, why is it so gritty? Why is it so?
I think that.
Why are you doing this much?
The story started out gritty, and Disney sanitized it. A lot of them stories are a lot grittier than they show, and that's what they showed in Once Upon a Time, how evil Peter Pan really was.
But like, that's the thing. Like, okay, when you're doing that, it's fine. But I'm like, a lot of times these movies is like gritty light, so it's just like this weird, almost gritty thing that's like you. It's like I'm like this. I think I want to watch it because it looks interesting, but I'm like side on the trailer. Like, are y'all catfishing me with this trailer? And y'all sitting here showing
That's
me some
always
in
a
the trailer,
possibility.
and it's like, oh yeah, that looks interesting. And I see the movie. It's like, okay, what what is this the same movie? Did I actually click something different? So I'm like, I got I still want to see it, but it's just like I just don't know how I feel. I'm not feel about it right now. I'm just I just don't know how I feel about it.
I think that it will be interesting just to see their new how they reimagine things.
I can see that. I can see that. And I mean, Captain Hook looks like at least the scene they showed looked terrifying.
Yeah.
Like he seemed terrifying in that trailer. Like I was just like, ooh,
You
this is not
see
for me.
Tinkerbell is black too.
Oh, people are already losing their mind about that. And I'm just like, what we're not gonna do is get
What's
worked
the
up about
no?
a
The
fake
fairy
fairy.
that I grew up with was white.
Like there's people literally already tripping out about that. That the fact that Tinkerbell is black.
Well, actually,
the
fairies
same people
wouldn't
that
look
was mad
black
that
or
Little
white,
Mermaid
so
is
they
black.
need to chill out.
It's people that is already tripping out about that. They like already. I was like, because I was looking up something for this, and I just was like, I can't even get into that too. It's Tinkerbell, y'all. Like,
My
I mean,
Tinkerbell is white.
all right. I'm like, look, if y'all didn't get worked up, because I'm like, as much as I love the movie Hook, I love the movie, one of my favorite movies still. But if y'all not gonna get worked up about the facts, let's be honest, that the Tinkerbell in that movie was basically a grown woman who admitted she had always been in love with Peter Pan, and she met Peter Pan when he was a baby. And y'all not going to acknowledge the fact that that was weird as I don't know what.
That's technicality. That's a technicality.
I was like, when I got older, re looked at that scene, I was like, Tink, they might need to go to jail. Because I'm
Yeah,
like,
Tink had she had some issues she needs to work through.
I was
Tink
like,
really needs to be talking to somebody.
like when y'all played that music in the background, they're telling me I should find this sweet and romantic. But as an adult, I'm like, this grown woman just admitted to this man who's grown at the moment that she's always been in love with him. At one point, he was a little boy. Okay. All right.
You nitpicking, Angelique.
Because when Tink Man and Tink was grown. All right. We gonna talk about that? All right. So we gonna be mad about the fact that Tinkerbell is black. I'd rather be just saying. I'd rather Tinkerbell be black than we gonna keep brushing on the fact that Tinkerbell might need to go to prison. I'm just saying. But I'm like, it's not that deep. Like y'all can't argue. Like, how many fairies have you met? Like, Tinkerbell can be black. Who cares? Like, who really cares? But
the same people that's mad that Little Mermaid is black.
Yeah.
The same coalition.
And y'all can sit here and try to make all these reasons why you with the reason that the mermaids can't be black. And all right, okay. Next time you get a mermaid, let me know what color she is in. But yeah. I don't care. I think that was like the least. The only thing I paid attention to was like I knew the actress that played Tinkerbell, and I was like, oh yeah, cool, I know her. Other than that,
who is that?
Isn't that the actress from Blackish?
I didn't see her face. You
Is that
talking about the girl from Grownish?
Well, that's the same.
I don't know which one you talking about.
Yeah, the daughter, the oldest one.
Oh, okay.
I
It
think
might
that's
be. I
her.
didn't see her face.
I think that's her. Yeah, but that's like other than that, I didn't care past that, and I was like, I didn't even know it was gonna be that big a deal. So I just happened to roll across them, and I was like, oh Jesus, here they go, here they go. I'm not cause she black, it's cause of
Because I'm racist.
Because of Alaska, polar ice caps, and some other ridiculousness you gonna try to skate around the fact that no, it's because she's black. Stop it.
No, but I was just thinking about this. What if Disney redid a story about the Orishas and then made them white? I would have a problem with that.
But I think the difference between that is because Orishas are African. Like they are African. You know what I'm saying? Like they're, even though
Uh-huh.
they're fake, they're African deities. So it's
I don't like
different.
the way you said that, but I'm a refrain.
What?
That's fake cool.
But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I'm saying nobody's met an Orisha walking around Walmart. Is what I'm saying. I'm
Mhm.
saying like I'm saying they're not. We can't just pinpoint. Oh, I met the Orisha. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Like they're not okay. I don't use to they're whatever you want to call them. But I'm saying that's different because they are African deities. That's a different situation.
Mhm. Mhm.
Tinkerbell?
Yeah.
Where's Tinkerbell from? What is even what started Tinkerbell? Like, if we gonna go by what Disney showed us, they came out of flowers. Like, I mean, Tinkerbell could be anything. She could have been anything. Like, they could have made an Asian Tinkerbell, a Latin Tinkerbell. Like, it didn't matter. Like, it's whatever. Like,
Yeah, they did have different colored Tinkerbells in her movies and her TV shows and stuff.
yeah, like Tinker. Well, they were all Tinkerbell, obviously, but I'm saying like all of them were different. They had different races. They came from nothing. They weren't born. They came from like I think they came from flowers or something. Like they came from nothing. Like calm down. So whatever. Like I know people were gonna like. I didn't know it was gonna be that deep. I really didn't till I just read across. So I just was just like,
Then everybody gotta make something big about something.
I'm like y'all getting worked up about Peter and Wendy, and half y'all getting worked up are not even gonna see Peter and Wendy.
Not even trying to see it.
Like y'all ain't even gonna go look at the movie. So anyway, so I watched this week. I watched some more Queen Chandelier. Have y'all looked at that or seen any clips, seen any trailers, seen anything about it?
No, not. I tried to turn it on for a minute, then I turned it off because I wanted to watch it, but I know I've seen some more past stand-ups, and my kids were still walking around, so I hurried up and turned it right back off.
I mean, some more ain't she's not kid friendly. Did you see anything about it, Renee?
I didn't get to see any of it. I have to
Okay,
check that out.
so I watched it this week. I'm not like a huge fan where just like anything some more does. I love like some stuff hers I'm not been a fan of, but in general I do like her. Um,
Hmm.
I know I was excited about the fact this was her sixth um, self-produced stand-up, and all of them have been sold out, which I was like, that's amazing because everybody ain't doing that.
Right.
That's not you get especially when you talk about black female comics. That's not the usual. She's been doing this what over 25 years, so I'm like, and she looks amazing. She still look good with that shortcut. She is rocking that shortcut. But it. I just like even if you not a fan of her stand up, I applaud her self producing something and getting it on Netflix. It is
Definitely.
at the top of when you're like go on Netflix. It comes up. It's not like you don't have to search like dig down deep for it. So it's doing from what I saw, it's doing very well on Netflix. I liked it. I got a good few chuckles out of it personally. She had a few. I would say a couple of her jokes. I can't say all of them because it's some more. But I know one she said she was talking about baby hairs and she was saying she's like I know some white people are like what's baby hairs? She said baby hairs are the hairs that are in coach and you bring them forward to first class and tell them when they get to first class show out. And I was like, that's a good way. That's a good way of describing it. Okay. But it's like she gave props to Monique in it.
That's good.
I was like, okay. I mean, because she was like she is the queen of comedy. I'm like, however I feel about Monique, I'm not gonna get into. But no, she gave props to her. She talked about Kevin Samuels. Some people might know about him. Some people might not. Uh, what she said about Kevin Samuels was true. I'll put it that way. She was saying, he he wasn't talking to her. He was, she was like, women that would call crying and want him to accept, accept them and understand them, and he would hang up when they call back. And she was like, well, he wasn't ever talking to me. So
Wait a minute. Because I ain't ever watched none of his videos. Are you telling me he would hang up on them
yes,
and they would call him back?
Very rude.
yes,
Oh my god.
yes, they would call
Wow.
back. They would call back. He was a lot. He was a lot. He was a lot.
No, they was a lot for calling back. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
But I'm saying before he even got on phone call, like I'm saying, if you're not the first ever caller and you do go into that, then at this point I don't know what to tell you. She
Right.
just she talked about she talked about the panini and being when we were all like isolated and all that kind of stuff with that. Like she talked about a lot of things that were just like I could definitely relate to, and I just really could just relate to a lot of stuff she said. But of course, I wouldn't recommend it to everybody because of some more. And if anybody knows about some more, everybody's not gonna be on her vibe because she could be a little dirty. But I liked it. I found it very funny. Do y'all have anything to say just about her in general? Like just the stuff you've seen about
Yeah, I
her,
was thinking
anything
about
about
how
her.
when I first saw the comedy special, I was thinking about how long her career has been. Because I remember when she was on, when she was hosting Comic View.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think she hosted for like 2 seasons.
it was a while. Yeah.
Yep.
She was the first female, and that was back in the '90s because I was a teenager.
Mhm.
So
But I
she was
did
one of the
over
queens of
30 years.
comedy.
Yeah.
She been doing it. And then what did you say that she was? It was self published or something like that.
This is her sixth stand up that she self produced. Yeah,
Yeah, I
this
think that's how they get their money and stuff. So that's real
it
good.
is. If you self produce it, that is how you get your money.
Uh huh.
Because
So
nobody, you don't have
even
to,
if you don't like her comedy, you gotta respect her.
hustle.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
That's all like
I
you ain't gotta like her, but I do like she like no, pay me. It's just mine. What were you saying, Renee?
Yeah, I've always thought she was funny, and I've always respected her. Um, I think she's a great actress. She's been in several movies that I thought she was good at, and so um, and I think I think I can respect anybody, even if I don't love everything you say, that can stand in their own truth, and I think that is what I admire and respect about her.
Uh-huh.
And you know, I don't always love when people are just filthy for the sake of being filthy, right? And one of the problems I have with female comedians, particularly black
Hmm.
comedians, is they tend to, and this starts all the way back to their comedy camps, they tended to just be just nasty for the sake of it. And I always wonder why women felt, well, I know why, but it seemed like women
Yeah.
felt they needed to do that to be funny. And you don't have to do that to stand and to be necessarily in the boys club, but it seemed like women would just
Yeah.
tell the dirtiest, grimiest jokes possible or be as vulgar as possible. Um, I mean, black comics do it in general, but it just seemed like women. And then it's like, on top of it, if you're gonna do that, at least be funny. And a lot of them
Be
just want to be
Yes.
funny.
funny.
Or
I
be
cannot stand when
creative.
people are just vulgar and not funny. So now I'm sitting here suffering through
Um,
you being nasty and not laughing.
what always,
Now I'm just uncomfortable for no reason.
yeah, what I always loved about some more was the when I've seen her when she hasn't. What I don't like is when someone act like they can't edit their mouth.
Hmm.
But I've seen some more when she's been a lady. I've seen her proven she's definitely intelligent.
Yes.
Um, she definitely. I've seen her when she's been respectful of God and people who are men and women of God. I've seen her in various different groups and stuff. So I've seen her in ways that maybe just simply say I respect some more.
Hmm.
But I've never seen a comedy special of hers that I didn't like. She's had some that are better than others to me.
Yeah. Definitely.
But I think that's with just about everybody because I know I absolutely love Kevin Hart's, and I know one day I binge watched all of his, and it was one of them. And I was like, "Golly, it's a dud." I can't remember which one it was, but I was like,
Was it one of his more recent ones? Was it more of his?
The more recent?
Because I remember he had one. I was like, "Oh
it made me laugh at
no!"
my pain. That I was like, I didn't care for that one at all.
I like Laugh at My Pain. Or did I
I
like
have to
Summer
go
Laugh
back.
at My
I know
Pain?
them when I see them. I know
I
when
might
I
have.
see
I
them.
take it back. I might have liked Summer Laugh at My Pain. I don't know.
Is
It's the
Laughing
one.
My
It's the
Pain the
one
one
when
he
he's
was
in. It's
talking
the one
about?
when he's in the arena when it's that circular. He's on that circular
Yeah, I
stage.
didn't think that was funny
I
either.
didn't think that one was
I
terribly
think that
funny.
might have been Laugh at My Pain. Yeah.
Yeah,
If
I
not, I
didn't
know what
think,
you're talking about.
and I was just like, Kev, you look off. You just you fell off a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah. And I
But
hate when I was like, "Oh no."
other than that, for me, Kevin is funny from the time he hits the stage to the time he walks off. And for
Yeah.
that one, for me, it was kind of like I had to kind of wait to, and I hate that feeling like you know maybe laugh a minute, nope, not. It's kind of like, but I just said that to say some of her comedy specials to me have kind of been a little bit hit and miss, but she's genuinely funny,
She is.
and she always has a point in her comedy where she teaches you something, and
Yeah.
I think that's a great comic to me. And she comes from that era from the '90s when I think the smart comic, Stephen Harvey's, all of them did that, and
Yeah. Because
she
this one
comes
she
from the
talks
social
about knowledge and wisdom. That's towards
And so
the
I
end. She kind of talks
understand even
about
why
that.
she gave props to Monique because Monique definitely comes from the class of females who did that.
Hmm.
Whatever that was, Miss Laura, Kim, Kim Whitley, all of them, Adele, when they did that. And for black women, that was a lot because they didn't get the platform that men did. So,
No.
and you know, and all of those women honestly are still working. They're working well. So,
Hmm.
I mean, I'll probably watch it this week.
Yeah, I liked it. Like I laughed like a couple times. I like almost choked laughing. Like I caught like something just catch me off guard. I just was not expecting. Like she goes with this whole thing about lashes that you will relate to.
All about the lash.
Because she talks about how if you go wear lashes, your heel you can't be wearing flat shoes. She said your lashes need to match your shoes. So if you
Ain't that
can't wear
something
these
good?
big old lashes and live in shoes. She said give me a kid heel, a church lace, or something. So I'm like she did sometimes was like okay. And I think the old like I'm obviously not the same age as her. But like the older some stuff she was talking about, I was just like, I got you, I feel you, I feel you. So, but yeah, I liked it. I wouldn't recommend it to everybody just because it's some more. But if you like her or you're not one of the people that's just like, I can't watch that type of her mouth is a potty mouth, you'll like it.
You know, you shouldn't watch most black comedians, to be honest.
No, like I said, it's like if you're gonna be that type of person, skip it. If you just like,
Not,
I like
not
to
the
laugh,
well-known one.
watch it.
That ain't your thing, folks.
No, because she's not a clean comic at all.
We need to go on the Up and Fake channel and
Really, watch one of them, some of them, because now you want to talk about hit and miss. Some of them Christian comics, you better pray that they was, because some of
everything.
them I've been like,
Them Christian movies, some of the stuff on Up and Fake channel. I just be like,
They need to come up a little bit.
I'm trying so hard.
like this
And
is
stop getting that
horrible.
same black lady. Why that black lady must be making a lot of money. That lady
The
from
lady
the
that was in the
war
prayer
room.
closet.
Yep.
Oh my
She be in all
god.
that movie.
Some of them storylines, they just be so sad and depressed. Somebody's forever dying or almost dying.
Like I pretty
And
much in the first 10, 15, at the most 20 minutes. At the most.
that's a
I pretty
lot.
much know what's gonna happen. Like I'm never surprised. Like I'm never like, oh my god, I didn't see that coming. It's like, yeah, they're gonna be together. That person's gonna die. This person's gonna get
you ever
saved.
seen in life. It be some of the like, where do you find these actors at?
Right.
And it's like, and are you trying?
Or they be resurrecting actors that you haven't seen since 1976.
Where you be? I thought you still alive? And it's like, are you even trying to act? Or you just be like, you just make sure, just here enough to make sure your check clear? Because this is, oh, this is bad. It's so bad. Some of this stuff's so bad. Like I'm like, I don't even want to say it's Christian. I'm like, this is embarrassing. Y'all making all Christian media look horrible. But I've been really let down by Christian cop stand-ups. Like that's some Christian stand-up really makes me mad. Because I'm just like, I get you're Christian, you can still be funny. Like you can still be funny. You don't have to cuss, but you could be funny.
That's too much.
Yeah, I guess so. Because a lot of them are horrible. But we gonna move on, so we ain't on all night.
Well, so there's a few things in the news that caught my attention. And first of all, the movie Jesus Revolution recently came out, and I haven't gotten to go see the movie yet, but I definitely have been following the movie. And one of the things that got my attention about the movie trailer was it excited me, number one, because remember we covered the documentary Jesus Music
Mhm.
back when we first started the podcast. And remember the beginning of the documentary talks about the Jesus movement that started in the 60s and 70s. And
Mhm.
talking about the church in California where it started. Well, the movie Jesus Revolution starts covering that actual movement and that church and that pastor and those young people and that actual
Yeah, I
movement.
saw that when I saw the trailer. I was like, oh,
So
ah!
I actually saw it when I was in Colorado back in December, and I was like trying not to scream, and because the person I was with would have started, and I was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, I can't believe it.
I was like so
uh,
excited when I saw the trailer. I was like, I remember this. I remember this. I remember seeing talking about
so what has been beautiful to watch is all of the people, the actors have been in it, and I've watched like everything on YouTube that I could follow, and I've seen a lot of the interviews. But Kelsey Grammer in particular, um, said that he had been looking for something to do that would impact his life. He's getting older. He's kind of done some of everything that he's wanted to do, but he really wanted to do something that would impact his life. And he said the very next day, the spirit came to his front door. Like it was just very miraculous.
Wow.
And he said, watching his interview on Kelly and Ryan literally brought me to tears because he was in tears telling the story of how portraying the life of this pastor changed his life. And he's a man of faith, but he had to embody this role so much that it impacted his life. And I watched several other interviews and listening to all these actors talk about how the presence of God was so clearly on the set, that they literally saw miracles happen on the set, that they felt the Holy Spirit on the set, and they would have times when they would just begin to pray in the Spirit, sing together, different things. It was just like amazing. What is incredible to know is that I don't know if you all are aware, but there's been an outbreak of revivals taking place on college campuses across the United States and in other countries happening over the last few months. And it's
I didn't know. I didn't hear
coinciding
about that.
with the release of this movie, which talks about this movement that happened with young people, which college age young people. So it has been interesting to see the correlation between this movie being released and what's happening synonymously with young people across the country at the same time with the Holy Spirit moving. This movie has drawn, you would think, oh, okay, this Christian movie, a lot of Christians are going to the movie theaters, but they're watching, polling, and a lot of unbelievers are going to the movies to see it. And I would doubt that Kelsey is a big draw, right? But I honestly think that a draw is a draw. And but they're having just as many unsaved people show up in movie theaters. And I've been reading that they've been having people cry out in the movie theaters. They've been having people fall on their knees in the movie theaters. I wouldn't be surprised if they really study deep. People are leaving the movie theaters and looking for churches, which would
Yeah.
coincide with things that happened in revival time past. So I think that's really cool. I intend to go watch it probably sometime this next coming week. So I just think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Um, so we had the Super Bowl a couple weeks ago, and
Mhm.
Miss Rihanna, boy, she stirred up some things. So did you all see Rihanna's performance?
I kept meaning to look and I forgot to check it out.
It's sad. This is the first one I've never watched.
Yeah, because I watched so many and I just kept meaning to get back to it and I didn't get back to it.
Okay, so a couple things were stated. So a lot of people believe she was lip syncing.
Okay.
Um, I wouldn't doubt it, and I don't know she would if she couldn't be faulted for that. Number one, she appears to be extremely pregnant. She's pregnant for sure. She appears extremely
Like she
pregnant.
just had
I
her
think her
baby. Like
baby,
she just
her
had the
baby.
baby.
Oh, she already had it.
I think she just had the baby. Like just
Okay,
had the baby.
I thought
No,
baby
she's
was due in
pregnant
May.
again.
I thought baby was due in May.
Yeah,
Um,
she's
Okay.
pregnant again.
yeah,
Okay.
She
she was
just
due
had a
in May.
baby and she's pregnant again.
Yeah,
Oh Lord.
she
Okay. Okay. I thought she had the baby. Okay. Anyways, she's
no,
very pregnant regardless.
she revealed the pregnancy as soon as she came out. But so people had an issue with how she was dressed, and I was like, "What did she want her to do? Come out in an Oscar ball gown with a huge belly? You would have said she was indecent." So
Mhm.
you know, they had a problem with some of the songs. They like some of the songs were very sexually explicit, very graphic. Well, you asked
Do you not know Rihanna?
They asked
So
Rihanna.
I was like, "You sent for her. What did you do with that?" So I thought she edited what she could edit without not being heard, and I thought she did. I mean, she did her pop songs, but I thought there was some songs she didn't do. But you know, I think they really had a problem with. Obviously, she did Rude Boy. She didn't do a lot of it, thankfully. Um, and I guess some of the choreography they had a problem with, and so um, I think they just had problems for the sake of having problems. And when Michael and I talked about it, and one of the things I said was, I remember when it was Beyonce, and I don't think there was nothing that Beyonce could have done that some people wasn't gonna like because it was Beyonce. I think when you have these powerful black women on these large stages that still predominantly belong to white men, um, someday they're just gonna have problems with it. We're gonna have a problem with Janet. You would have had a problem with Beyonce again. You would have a problem with Rihanna. And that's still a younger black woman, and that's just disheartening to me. Because last year, we had the big performance with Dr. Dre and all these rappers. But you know how many people keyed in on Mary J. Blige? She was up there less than anybody, but had a problem with what she wore. They had a problem, and she did no more drama. And I forget the other little upbeat song she did, but she performed.
Yeah.
Really,
Was it Get It? Just Get It.
she performed
Dance floor or something?
Yeah, but I was just like, she did
Dancery.
two of her calming songs that she could have done, but she had on a little silver little bodysuit piece, and I'm like, she's Mary J. Blige. What you think she's gonna wear? A church suit? I mean, um, and it's the Super Bowl, so I was just like, you making it so that, and we're not going to talk about what Shakira and J Lo was on there. Oh my God, they treated like two strippers on
Right. They act like they don't want to protest.
And so
I do not want to see J Lo's 50-year-old butt.
If my butt look like J Lo's at 50, I'll be shorter than everybody and their mama. Y'all gonna suck it.
And the way they dragged Shakira, and I was like, y'all know Shakira is always like this. Like,
Thank you.
There's not women who are forever in bodysuits and are hardly ever totally covered. Like, these are two Latin women.
And Shakira is new to the new-ish to the U.S. Shakira is well known in her home country. Thank you.
Thank you. So, it was just kind of disappointing for how they treated Rihanna. But I will tell you, what I thought she did was so smart. So during the performance, when the performance first starts, she applies her lip gloss and makeup. Fenty sales goes up. She sold out of I want to say three of her lip glosses. I know
It's some
one
Fenty stuff
during the halftime
I
show.
still want to buy, but Fenty ain't cheap.
During the halftime show, she sold out of the lip gloss she was wearing.
I'm not
By the time
surprised.
the tour was over with, she sold out of several different pieces. Her music sales soared by 390%.
Not surprised.
Her streaming and her sales soared by 390% within 12 hours. They broke it down on Spotify and Apple by 24 or 2,900%. First, by the songs that were playing that she was singing, people were immediately streaming them while the show was going on. So she made $5.6 excuse me, $5.6 million in makeup sales in 12 hours of the halftime show. She made $2.6 million in music sales. So you can have all the and lingerie sales. I'm sorry, and lingerie sales. So you can have all the problems with her that you want to, but all your complaining and all the spotlight you did on her just made her more money.
Thank you.
And at the end of the day, more than a singer, she's a businesswoman.
Yes.
She's a billionaire.
So it's still Fenty stuff I want to buy, and I just, I mean, her stuff isn't $2. I just haven't bought it yet. Like I want to get her foundation. I want to get her some of her lip stuff. It's a bunch of Fenty stuff. I'm not necessarily looking at her lingerie, but a lot of her like cosmetic stuff. I definitely have been wanting to buy. Like, and I definitely probably would have been streaming her music while I was listening to. That's how I listen to music. If somebody popular, I'm like, ooh, I want to hear that song again.
So for that alone, because to be quite honest, I'm not the biggest fan of hers. I've never really cared that much for her.
No, you haven't.
I just really haven't.
Like you're aware of her and like her singles and stuff that's like popular, but you don't listen to her like her albums and stuff like that.
I think one song of hers that I've absolutely just loved was "Take a Bow." I felt that thing.
And I listened to albums of her. Like I listened to albums of her, like her whole, like I've listened to whole albums of hers, so I'm a little bit more in her than you are.
Yeah. And I like Umbrella, but I'm gonna tell you, I hate when stuff gets overdone on the radio, and Umbrella was on every station at one point. And
I'm actually not a fan of her older stuff as much, like that era. It's like when she started becoming into her own. Basically, when she dyed her hair red and on, I liked her stuff way better than her earliest stuff. I kind of like some stuff like On the Replay and Umbrella. It's like, okay, they were cool. But like red hair era and on, I like listen to way more of her albums.
Now, did you know Kiki Sheard just redid her song "We Found Love"? We Found Love.
No, I didn't know she did that. I definitely will listen to it.
She churched it on up.
Of course. I knew she was gonna church it up.
It's not.
I love the pause. I love the pause. It's not bad.
It's like when people get a song and a second song and they add, you just have to put Jesus on the end of it. It's like.
Oh, so it wasn't like redone.
She didn't do that, but she's Kiki Sheard, so it's churchy.
Oh.
And so it's like.
And I really like that song. Like I like I like the original Rihanna version. So it's like I don't need another version of that. I don't even think that version was.
You don't need a churchy version of it.
I don't even think that version was nasty.
It wasn't.
Like I don't think she says anything in that one. Like it's just we found love in a. Like I don't think she says anything.
She hasn't long been married, and so I know that she does stuff that's sometimes for her husband. But I was like, why couldn't you just sing it straight to your dude? Why'd you have to Clark's sister it up? But anyway, let me leave it alone before people drag me for it.
Drag away. Try to drag. You can try to drag. You can try.
That's
You could
just my
attempt.
personal
You could make an attempt.
personal feelings about it.
We
So
didn't send for you. Don't come this way.
so y'all know that I am into the reality show. Uh,
You
I had
are.
a reality show bug, and so
And I'm
I'm
every time you
into
touch your hair, I'm just like, ooh, the colors. Okay, sorry. Your hair is just every time you
shout
move it, I'm like, ooh.
out to Young Beauty Supply,
Shout out.
Mr. Steve. I need to go back and get some hair this week too. I'm looking for yellow hair this time. But so the show Sister Wives, I told you Cody lost 3 of his 4 wives. Poor
He
Cody.
deserved to lose 3 of his 4
Um,
wives.
2 of the wives. This is what I would tell you. 2 of the wives. Miss Janelle, the first wife to divorce him. Janelle has
Mhm.
already got her a new man. Janelle said her new boyfriend. He is so cute. But what I love, she has made it no secret she is in love. She has said the new guy she's with is her soulmate. This is the love of her life. She's never been this
Oh,
in love. Now taking account, she was with Cody almost 30 years.
I didn't know that. Ooh, but still, oh, but ooh, yee, oh, I
Imagine
mixed,
seeing
mixed
Cody and
feelings,
hearing
mixed
that and
feelings.
reading that all over your social media.
I got mixed
Um,
feelings. I got mixed feelings now. I'm confused. I'm discombobulated.
and she has that all over her Instagram. She's said that it countless interviews that they taking pictures all together. She's got grandchildren. He be holding the little grandbabies with her all the time. Like it's like Cody don't even exist no more. And so you get free and you move on. Well, she's lost weight, and then Janelle was the wife that was definitely plus size. Janelle done dropped 100 pounds. Janelle is looking fabulous. Now they were all Mormon, and in the Mormon church they don't get divorced. So
No.
Janelle is kind of at the point where she's like, my faith doesn't let me divorce him, but my heart doesn't want him back. So she was recently interviewed and they asked her, Janelle, what do you want to do? And she said, he can stay over there at his house and just don't ever speak to me again. And that's really where she's at. So
Wow.
she's like, I'll die married, unmarried.
No. I'll die unmarried or married to somebody else.
I can imagine when you're indoctrinated what that takes
Yeah.
to undo that. And what she's like is
I
I'm
will
at this
applaud her for
point.
at least leaving. At least she's like, I'm not married, like living in marriage with
Right.
him, but at least she had enough in her to be like, I can't stay with him.
No,
But
she's so done. But I
she,
will say
yeah,
she has even begun to say she's at the point of maybe I need to even rethink my faith and my belief because she's like I've
you
never been
do.
at this much at peace.
You don't want to stay.
But
You don't want
you
to stay
can't.
legally married to
But
him.
her faith is beyond her relationship with him. So
Yeah,
why I'm saying that I could never tell someone because it's tied up in her faith. So
yeah.
her faith is more than him. So I get that, but I do feel like you. I applaud her and being able to at least say I'm going to go after my peace, and that does mean we're done, and not you get to come back and forth.
We're
You
done.
tell me where you at.
We are
And
only legally married. We are only legal. I want her to
well, they're
only.
not legally married. They have a spiritual marriage. She's legally married to
Oh,
somebody else.
oh yeah, because she wasn't wife number one. I just remember she wasn't wife. So she ain't married him at all.
Wife number two.
So she's not married to him at all. Go do you,
So
boo. You ain't even
if
married.
she really ever could reconcile herself to it, she would be just like Janelle and just Christine and just walk away. But
Yeah.
she'd have to see. It was easy for Christine because Christine left the Mormon faith totally. So for Christine, she was like deuces to all of it, all of them, all of it. But anyway, I just keep following my little favorite people because they good entertainment to me. So before I wrap up my segment, Friday is New Music Day, and a lot of music dropped today. Did y'all hear the new release from Nicki Minaj, Red
Yes,
Ruby?
I will. I listened to it a few times.
I'm guessing that you liked it.
I did. I didn't like it. I loved
I didn't love it. I thought it was good. I thought she's done better pieces, but I definitely thought it was good.
I
Did you
did.
like it,
Yeah, I
Sean?
like.
Yeah, you know, girl. You talk about Nicki Minaj. Yeah, I like it.
Oh, you tell it.
I mean, she did became us some fire. Where I was
She
like,
did.
okay,
Like
no,
that
but
was Nick. Like that's Nikki. That's Nikki. Like
I thought now was it this last year, before last? She swore she was retired and she was done.
I don't listen to that mess.
She can't do that.
That's it.
That
She
pen be
retired
calling her
like
in the middle of the night.
she
That pen and
retired
paper
like
be calling her.
Jay-Z retired after what was it, the Black
Right.
Album or Blueprint? Which one was it? Blueprint?
Blueprint.
Yeah, okay. He retired for a album. And he came right back. So
Well,
I remember
she
that
was
mess.
so adamant that she was done that I was like,
Oh,
okay,
and where is she right now?
I'm saying maybe
She
she needed time to
thank you,
rest.
Nikki. Thank you, whatever. Nobody Nikki is not retiring. She is not like she might have said it, she might have believed it. She didn't. No, ma'am. Nobody wants that, but no. Bring it on. Come on. Come on.
I thought it was a good single. So obviously, an album is coming behind. But
That's the
Wiz
Nikki
Khalifa,
that I fell in love with. Like that's why I like. I'm
that's what
like
I
that.
thought. I thought
That's
maybe
the
she
Nikki that I'm like, yes.
needed a break to go back to her. That's what I thought. I thought this sounded like the original music of hers that I initially heard. Because for a while, I didn't care for her too much. I thought she had kind of gone a little bit astray for me. For me,
Calm it down now. We don't need none of her army coming around this way. We brand new. We don't need y'all coming this way. I don't agree with what she's saying, so don't come for me.
We supposed to have each other back.
But no, but like that, like
with
the Pink album, like that, like she like
yes,
that album and this
that album was
single are
fire.
very much like that's that. When Nikki just go and she's like, y'all take it as you will. I'm Nikki. Only
But
thing was missing was one of her voices.
Wiz Khalifa dropped a new single today,
Did
featuring
Wiz
Snoop
Khalifa
Dogg.
drop a single or did Snoop drop a single? I'm unsure.
Wiz Khalifa single called "Don't Text, Don't Call." It was featuring Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, that
I
sounds like
was
a Snoop
actually,
track featuring Wiz Khalifa.
I was very disappointed in it. Wiz Khalifa definitely has done better music. I was definitely disappointed.
It wasn't
Snoop
that
didn't
good.
disappoint, but Snoop never disappoints.
That's what I'm saying. Like it sounded like a Snoop track featuring. If somebody was like Snoop drop a new single featuring Wiz Khalifa and sent me that track with the title reversed, I'd have been like, "Oh, Snoop got a good new track." That did not sound like a Wiz Khalifa track. It sounded like a Snoop track featuring Wiz Khalifa.
Well, it's Wiz. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Wiz didn't do but a piece of something on. Like I was just like, okay, he kind of kept singing the chorus and he had like a little singy hooky thing, but I'm like, the most I heard was Snoop.
Maybe he's still heartbroken from losing the Masked Singer season for last.
Sit down, Wiz. But I like Snoop. I will say,
He did good on the Masked Singer, didn't he, Shawty?
I will.
Do I
I
think
don't,
I
I, didn't-
kind of
I
remember.
don't watch The
He
Masked
did.
Singer like that.
He almost won.
I don't watch it like that, so I didn't see it. But like I
Girl.
will say,
These last two seasons have been crap. They need to go back to the original format.
oh, I don't know what. Yeah, but like I will say, Snoop. I was excited because this was one of the features that it didn't sound like Snoop. They were trying to shove Snoop into
So,
working with the beat.
right.
It was
I
like
agree.
this is Snoop flow, this is the beat, it goes together. Snoop don't
I agree.
change his flow. Stop
But
trying to
nobody.
shove everything together. He don't speed up, he don't slow down. He been the same since I was a teenager. This is it. And this is one of those it sounded like it went together. And this was a very good feature. Because some of his features have been like, Snoop,
I
you
remember
just
when
went
the
and got a
Welcome
check.
to Atlanta remix came out, and like everybody is like doing their part, and when Snoop's came out,
It did
you
not
just
fit.
left me laugh because I thought what made it good was what made it unique because it was it was these four different areas. Was that what makes Snoop great? Is like you said, it doesn't matter what the beat is. Snoop has one flow,
He does.
and so here's this amazing beat that's very much Atlanta, and Snoop is like, "You go ahead, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna come with this one beat." but it
You
worked, and I think it worked because Jermaine produced.
and he
But
know how to work with people. Yeah,
so he made that work. But when it came on, and I remember hearing it once, I just knew it was going to slow down for Snoop. And when it
it
came
did
on,
not.
I remember just rolling because I was like, "Oh, Snoop be like, okay,
This is what y'all doing, but this is what I'm doing.
y'all think y'all called me right."
I will say my favorite part of the Wiz Khalifa single was the beat. I like the beat. I love the beat. And Snoop's part.
I think you've been making that clear from the last time.
But I'm just saying, like the actual beat was good. But I'm saying, like other than that, I'm like it wasn't. I would. It's not something I'm going to. It's a song that if I was in the car and I happened to listen to the actual radio or it came up on a Spotify playlist or something, I wouldn't be like ugh and turn. I just would be like, but I wouldn't search it out. It's not something I would search out at all.
Did
I
you
just
hear it, Tony?
No, I didn't get to listen to that one.
Is it on your top of to-do list to listen to?
Oh.
what was that? I was like, oh, ow,
I really
ow.
can't name one Wiz Khalifa song.
Me
I
neither.
never was really into him
Just
like that.
so y'all
So.
know, I'll see you again with him and Charlie Puth. Now, come
That's
on
not a
now.
Wiz Khalifa song. That's a
Yeah.
soundtrack. There's a song. The Fast and Furious was like, we got a song. Can y'all do it? That's not a Wiz Khalifa song. That is no. I'm
It's
talking about
a
an
Wiz
actual.
Khalifa
I'm
song.
talking about an actual Wiz Khalifa album song. I can't name one either, Shani. I can't. I couldn't name you one. I could not name you one.
Y'all just doing him so dirty.
I'm like, I really couldn't.
Anyway,
Like, if somebody was like, if I put it this way, I'll probably have heard one and know it if somebody was like, you heard this, but to be like,
Hmm.
name one right now, no. I don't even remember the one I just heard today.
I'm gonna move on because you being mean. I'm
I
gonna
really,
move
I really
on.
just forgot the name of the song. I don't remember the name of
Don't
the song.
take, don't call.
Thank you. Good luck on all your endeavors, Mr. Khalifa.
All I know about him is that he had a baby with Amber Rose.
All right,
Do she talk about it? Or no, hardly ever.
not never. She ain't got nothing to say about Wiz. She
All
said
right.
she got nothing to say about Wiz, and she told Kanye leave her alone. Other than that, she ain't got nothing to say about nobody.
So James Fortune dropped a new single today called "Trust Me God" that features Monica. It's a pretty good song.
I'll check it out. I like both of those people.
That's his second one he's done with Monica. Um, they blend together pretty well. And PJ Morton dropped a song today called "Good Morning." It's very good. I love PJ Morton.
He
Love,
he he
love
makes some
PJ
very
Morton.
good songs. He makes some very good songs.
Of course, that's his wife. So I'm just telling y'all, it's a love song. So yeah, it ain't like Good
He
Morning.
makes a lot of love songs, actually.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song though.
Mom and dad really like his music, like really like his music.
Macklemore dropped his album today, and he dropped a feature single called "No Bad Days"
I
featuring
actually
Khaled.
liked it. I
I
actually
actually like
liked
the song. I didn't think I was gonna like it because he's not my favorite,
it.
but
No.
every once in a while he does pretty good. And I actually, but I was listening to Dave Wonder, I was bopping around a little bit. I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah, I was like,
pretty good.
okay, all right, Macklemore. Okay, I said I kind of like it. I kind of liked it.
No bad
I
days.
said I added it to my playlist on YouTube that I'll add music to. So I was like, I'll check it
Mhm.
out. I'll listen to it again. I'll listen to it again.
Yeah, it makes it look good early in the day.
It
Yeah.
did. I said, okay, no bad days. All right. Ooh,
It's gonna
ooh.
really upset me when I play the rest of the album and that's the only song that I like, which happens a lot.
I hate when that happens. Now you know. Now you just maybe not want to listen to the album. All right.
I'm thankful for streaming because I back in the CD days
You just
when
had to
you
buy
spend
something and pray.
$10 to $17 on something and then you be like, I like one track on here. That stuff
Ugh.
make you want to throw darts in the wall.
Then you try to
Um,
make yourself like a song. Be like, well, that was okay.
and I had a lot of one track, two track CDs. Um, Kiki Shear's new album dropped today. It's called All Yours. Um, in the grand scheme of Kiki Shear albums,
Oh, oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
To me, it's not her best work,
I haven't listened
but
to the whole. All I listened to was
but it's
the
good.
title track, so I didn't listen to the whole album.
It's I always, I feel like Kiki. I don't know that she's ever. I feel like she's always kind of looking for herself. I feel like
I know for me, I've never liked a whole Kiki album. I've never liked a whole Kiki album. I've liked Kiki
I feel like the one that had
songs.
indescribable on it was a great album. I feel like that was one of her best albums. But I feel like to
That
me,
one was good. Okay,
I
that was
remember that
good. I can
season
see
of
why that
her
was good.
life. She was really she's proud to be a Clark sister, like part of that family.
Yeah.
But that was when she was really, I'm Kiki Sheard,
Hmm.
I'm Kiera Sheard, and I don't want to be in Clark box. And I
Hmm.
remember that phase because she was so adamant about it, and she wanted her music to be different, and her singing to be different. And it
Hmm.
was, I think, that and the album after it. And I feel like she's kind of circling back around. And whether that's her choice or her family's choice, I don't know, because she may just feel like this is my destiny, and if that's it, that's it. But I felt like that was when I really loved her. But I'm not the biggest Clark sisters fan either. I
Yeah.
don't like hollering, I don't like screaming. I like that's
No.
just not my thing.
Hmm.
But I don't think people will not like it.
Oh,
It's
I mean,
not
if you,
something that's
I
really
have a feeling if that's your flow, you're gonna probably love it. But like, I can't say that I'm just like, oh, she's been hit or miss for me for
a
pretty much
long
her
time.
whole solo career.
Yeah.
It's just,
Um,
you know,
Ty Tribbett's new album came out today. Now let me see, and it's called All Things New, and it's the live version.
okay.
That's boy did the doggone thing.
I'll check it out. I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
Now, to me, Ty has been off his game for a minute.
He's had a little
He's
rough
been off his
moments.
game for a minute. Well, All Things New was a good album. That actually was a good album. And I was like, he's on the comeback. But this live version, oh yeah, oh yeah.
He's had,
Because
yeah,
the one he
yeah,
did
yeah.
before that, the one he did before that, I really didn't like at all. I was like, where the heck,
What was the
friend,
one before that?
friend.
I don't remember the one he did before that.
The one he did before that, I don't got like anything. But this one right here, oh yeah,
Okay.
he made me proud. He made me
I'll check it out.
proud. The Bloody Wind, I didn't care for that one at all. That one disappointed. That one hurt
I
my
don't even
heart.
remember that one.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't care
That
about it.
sounds like a horror movie.
Don't it
It
though? Look, I don't even remember
feels
that
like
one.
a horror movie listening to it. But this one, he's got some songs from previous albums on it, and there's stuff from All Things New on it. So
Okay.
it's a true life concert, and it's to me it's classic High Tribute. The
Okay.
Wall Group dropped their new album last week.
I've
The
heard
Wall
some of
Group
it
is
so
the
far.
group,
I like.
yeah, that's the group who did Perfect People and High.
Hmm.
That Petey Cat performed. Still ask for those songs to this day. To me, because their albums after that particular album, to me, I didn't care for. For me, I think this is their best album. And I know that they went
From
through
what
some
I've heard,
personal
I really
things
like.
too,
From
and
what
I
I
feel
heard, I
like
like.
I feel like they're finding their voice and their path. And when you're a young artist, I think sometimes that takes time.
Hmm.
Um, so I really really loved it. Jonathan McReynolds dropped his new album 2 weeks ago called My Truth. I think this is the best album he's probably ever done.
Oh
I've
wow.
listened to it nonstop for the last 2 weeks. He has a song called Overrated. I've been very honest about dealing with my mental health and in moments and times. And 2 weeks ago, I was in a point where I absolutely had to fight for my mental health for a little bit. And that song Overrated was the song I needed. And it simply talks about um, being strong is often overrated, and we have to rely on God to get through things. That we go through things in life where we're always trying to be strong, be the strong one, and being strong is overrated. And as soon as I heard the song, I just broke into tears because that's exactly where I was. And I think all three of us know what that feels like.
Yeah.
And I think being women, being business women, or Shadi and I being mothers, being pastors, kids, just always having feel like you have to be so strong for everybody. And I absolutely agree. That's so freaking overrated. Who the heck do you really need to be strong for?
Nobody. Nobody.
So as soon as I heard that song, I sent it to everybody, and I still need to hear that song. And so it is I recommend it. Pink released her album 2 weeks ago. It's phenomenal.
I listened to that
Janet
while I was
Jackson
getting ready
released
today, and it
her
was
album.
amazing. I love
Amazing.
every track.
She's to me one of those artists who legitimately gets better every single time. She's never let you down.
And I thought that today when I was listening to it. I was like, I liked her the older she got. I liked her.
Yeah.
I liked her in the beginning. Like I liked first, but the older she got, I liked her more and more and more and more.
Yeah.
Like I love this album.
Janet Jackson released her new album actually a month ago. I wasn't even aware of it. I actually ran across it today. And let me tell you, Janet is in her 50s. Janet is solid gold. Let me tell you. I heard this album today and I was like, Janet.
I'm gonna have to take it out because I'm gonna have that's on my list. When you sit there, I was like, ooh, yes. I have to check it out. Because I love me a good Janet album.
If I could rate this album, it's hard with all Janet's albums. I would put it in between the Velvet Rope and I can do that. I won't touch it.
If you put it by Velvet Rope, I already know it's
I
good.
won't touch it. Velvet Rope is good. I honestly think it's one of the best. One of her. I would put it in her top 3 for sure. It's
Okay.
like she went in there and she let that when it incubator and she let that thing cook. She went in and
I'll be checking it out.
Yeah. So she got to do it with Missy y'all.
She's done a couple of things with Missy, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So she made me proud. So yeah. So that was in the news and the note. I get y'all caught up. So we're back to Chantilly.
Okay, real quick, I just wanted to tell everybody what's going on the new moon. That's going to be May 7th, and that's the Tuesday. And the new moon is going to be in the zodiac sign Leo. And Leo is all about creative self-expression. So a lot of us have businesses that we're working on, and this is a good time to create whatever has been on your heart to create. This is the time to go forward and start creating it, whether it's a service or a product or a course or a class, whatever, or a book. Whatever is in your heart to create, go ahead and do that, especially if it's coming from a place of healing or a place of maybe you need to create to heal something, or something that you create can help other people heal. That will be a good time to get started on that. And that's all I need to say about that.
Okay.
All right.
That works.
Mhm.
And we go, I'm gonna wrap it right on up with some recipes.
All right. Give us a receipt.
Some recipes. So it's some people, don't celebrate whatever, but we do some St. Patty's Day recipes. So I have main dish, side dish, appetizer one, and a pairing to go with it. So the first one is called Irish nachos. It's not really Irish. It's from Philadelphia, but we're gonna go with it. So it's you have to make, well, not have to make, but you could make a beer cheese that goes with it on top of sliced potatoes. and you can deep fry the potatoes or oven bake them, air fry them, whatever you prefer. Or you can just skip all that cutting potatoes and get some steak fries if you don't feel like doing all that cutting, which it sounds more like me. So you would just need a can of cheddar cheese or shredded cheddar cheese, a cup of stout beer, or you can skip that if you don't want to do that. Uh, Garlic, jalapeno, and four large potatoes, or the French fries. Oil for frying, rosemary, thyme, salt, the beer cheese, bacon, sour cream, green salsa, scallions, and cilantro. So you would really make it like you're making nachos, but everything goes on top of the potatoes or the French fries. That I was like, that's not like something that's
Sounds
very
yummy.
unhealthy, but very good. That's not something that's like you eat it just like, oh, this is so not good for me, but my lord, it tastes delicious. Like that. So that's why it really drew my attention because I just was like, I already know it's not good for me, but it sounds so good. So that's definitely something I do plan to check out. This month, maybe as we get past the 22nd of this month, but I definitely want to check it out. The pairing, I'll call it pairing, like I'm doing something special. The pairing with that is a emerald sunrise. You can make a cocktail or a mocktail, and you just would need tequila, orange juice, and blue curacao, whatever you want to call it. It's the same thing because I know everybody calls it something different. Or you would just need the kid-friendly version or the mocktail version, which would be 3 parts orange juice, 1 part lemon lime soda, and a few drops of blue food coloring. And then you shake it up. It turns green. Got a nice little refreshing drink to go with your Irish nachos for St. Patrick's Day, or just any day you just feel like being festive.
Oh,
That's my recipes. I will make sure they're posted so y'all can look at them. But those are my recipes for today. There's definitely something that I plan to check out because they both sounded very easy and good. I'm not a fan of doing something that's going to take you 5 hours to do. So there's definitely something I plan to check out.
all right. I better check those out myself. All right. Well, we are at the end of the show, and it has been great to share in our time today. Um, and I hope that you have enjoyed all of the news updates and matter. Make sure that you listen to all of the artists that have dropped new music today. Check out the new movies that have come out, which is um, Peter and Wendy. Is that out already?
I don't think it's out yet. It's coming.
Okay, so
It'll be out fairly soon, but it's not out yet.
be looking for Peter and Wendy. Check out some more stand up on Netflix. The Jesus Revolution is in theaters right now. And keep looking for all of our updates that's coming out. We will be with you all in 2 weeks with more information and updates, more recipes, and more fun content. So before we leave you all for the evening, Chantalie, where can we find you, your platform, or anything coming up for you and your business?
Okay, you can find me on YouTube currently. Things are about to change pretty soon. But right now at the Business Spirit Guy on YouTube, and that's where you can find me right now.
All right, Angelique.
You can find me on Rainy Days and Nights on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. You can find the link to that YouTube on our channels on our Elijah Sisters YouTube if you want to find that. And you can also find me just around. I'm on a whole lot of socials. So Instagram, Facebook, well, no, not Facebook, but well, yeah, Facebook on Elijah and no, Angelique plus size model on Facebook. I don't check my Twitter that much, so no, if you find me on Twitter, I would not suggest you message me on that. But mainly Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome. You could find me, Leah, on Facebook, on Instagram, and I don't think my Twitter is back up, or this is what a fighter looks like, but this is what a fighter looks like is I'm always on Facebook and Instagram under This Is What a Fighter Looks Like, which is my nonprofit for cancer and chronic illness and domestic abuse surviving, also sexual assault surviving, and encouraging women to be fearless, to be able to survive and achieve your dreams while we're fighting and overcoming the obstacles that are in our way that we can't control. You can also find me as a plus size model on Leah Elijah Plus Model on Facebook. Only be looking for me if you're trying to hire me.
Hello.
And you can find me on to contact me for my business, Black Diamond Global, on Facebook. I'm in the process of rebranding, so my website will be up soon with all of my business and endeavors. I have been recently certified as a certified life coach and transformational life coach. So I will be taking bookings and appointments in the upcoming weeks. So I'm setting all that up. I'm excited about that, as well as moving on to the next stage of certification. So life is moving along with that. And then personally, you can contact me on my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter, Snapchat. All of those you can just look for Leah R. Elijah. Guess what? There is not another Leya Leah Elijah anywhere. So if you look for me, you're so fine. And I try to respond to all my messages within 24 to 48 hours. If I don't, well, just pray for me. I'll get back to you. That being said, we have enjoyed again tonight, and we look forward to seeing you the next time around. So we're going to say good night because the weather is picking up here in South Carolina, and I don't want to miss you. So I am Leah.
I'm Shani.
And I'm Angelique.
Thank you for allowing our family to be your family, and you have a wonderful evening.